Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Happy Monday. Joe, how are we doing today? Good to see you. Michael, Cisco, Arb, Natalie, good morning to you all. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. And we're back again today for this morning's stream, which will be for the shiny Deoxys. Been eluding us like forever, but we will continue on. We're over 20,000 resets now, which just seems crazy to say, but here we are. Hopefully the shiny alien pops up today. But more importantly, hope everyone had a great weekend, having a great start to the week, and everything is going well with all of you guys. Hilsey, how are we doing today? I hope you are well. First time here. Well, it's great to have you here. Hope you enjoy your time, however long you can stick around, but great to have you dropping in this morning. And hopefully today is the day. It is the day. Gerardo, how are we doing today? And Andy, good morning, mate. 5:30 a.m. here. Just got to work. Definitely need this stream to keep me awake. It's great to have you here, Andy. Hope the early morning pain of that feeling eases off as we get into more resets this morning for the Deoxys. Jazzy girl, good morning. How are you? Hope you're well. Are you looking forward to trading coming to TCG Pocket this week? I am. It's good, but I really wish it was just everything was tradable. I kind of think everyone wishes the same thing, but it's nice to have that facility nonetheless. And maybe they're just doing a kind of a soft launch where they'll do the lower rarity cards to be able to be traded first, and then they'll implement something later. I'm kind of hoping that. I've got a little bit of a feeling this week we might get, and don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like Pokemon might drop something this week, like a trailer of some sorts. The only reason I say that is every Sunday we get like 8 a.m. Japan time, we get a new event announced for Scarlet and Violet. And that's like clockwork. It's normally like 10 past, we get the information every Sunday evening, which is normally about 10 past 11 UK time. This week, strangely, we've had nothing, which makes me think, are they not dropping anything this week? Either one, because we haven't got anything this week and they're just having a break week from events in Scarlet and Violet, or are they gonna shadow drop a trailer, maybe announce a Pokemon Presents at some point this week, and then with that announcement, with that reveal, whatever it might be, they're gonna have a Terrorade event announced with that. That would be my best guess. But I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up or anyone's hopes up too much, but it does seem a little bit out of the ordinary that we didn't get anything this week. So I'm like, are we going to get something? And if you look at it, like perfect timing for Pokemon Day as well, which is like a month away, like nearly to the day. Or is it to the day? Maybe it is the 27th of February. It's the 27th or 28th. So nearly to the day. This week feels like a good week if they were ever going to drop anything that was going to kind of set up whatever the announcement is going to be on Pokemon Day. So I feel we could see something this week. Don't get too excited. It might be just a week where they're like, we're doing nothing. No mass outbreaks, no Terrorade events, no nothing. But at the same time, I just feel like it's strange. Normally when they don't do an announcement on the Sunday, it's because they're doing something that coming week where we do get something announced, and then we get the event kind of coinciding where they announce it on the announcement, if that makes sense. So we'll see what happens. Pokemon Architect, how are we doing this morning? Corey, good morning here. 3:33 a.m. that is so early. The dedication is so appreciated. So it's great to have you here. Hope you're doing all right, and enjoy the stream today. Like I say, however long you guys can stick around with all of these mad times everywhere, but you guys setting the example for the rest of us. We need to be up earlier. It's 11:30 p.m. here in New Zealand. It'll be sparkle today? I hope so, Damien, and welcome to today's stream. I hope you're doing great. Top, how are we doing? Evening, how are you? Hope you're good and had a nice weekend, having a good start to the week and everything as well. Wadey, good to see you. Morning, mate. Hope you're well and had a great weekend. It's time for the shiny alien to grace us. Oh, I pray it's today. I really do. I do. I just want us, this gatekeeping of the Deoxys that it's doing to us. I want to be free from Deoxys now. Like 20,000 resets plus both games. It feels like we've put the work in for it. So hopefully it shines today. We'll see. But we can only do one thing, and that's keep going for it, and it eventually will. You gotta hope. We could be just that one unlucky trainer that just never gets shiny Deoxys. I wonder how many resets the most someone's done for shiny Deoxys. Maybe we break that record. Rich, good morning. Good to see you, mate. Hope everyone had a good weekend, and to you as well, mate. We had some mad floods over the weekend. I know there was like a big storm over the weekend, so I hope anyone that was really affected by it is all right and there was no damage and stuff. But we had like crazy, like almost bad flooding yesterday. It was like a river out the front of our house. Thankfully, it kind of went away very quickly as soon as it kind of arrived, so it wasn't too bad. But the street was like a river. It was crazy. Jazzy girl, Cyrus, when the new set comes out, would you use part of the stream to open some packs? That's a cool idea, because it's Friday, right? Is it Friday or Thursday? Thursday. Let's do Thursday stream. We could start the stream on Thursday with some new pack up. That's a really cool idea. If you guys are down for that, I am 100% down for that. Yes, I would love to. Let me know in chat if you would like to see some of the new set being opened, and we'll do that Thursday. Louise, how are we doing this morning? Good luck. Always a pleasure to shiny hunt watching your live. Hope today is your day. Deoxys turns yellow. Thank you so much, Louise. And if you are shiny hunting as well, good luck with whatever you are going after today. Hope you get just as much luck, if not more luck, because we've not really got the luck today. So Gerardo, it's 4:35 over here in Texas. So early. You guys setting the bar, I swear. James, good morning. How are you doing, mate? Weekend was good, mate. Still no luck on my hunts. Only been sick, but seems like they are on the upswing now. That's good to hear, mate. I hope everyone is doing a lot better. Oh, it's rubbish this time of year as well, when all these horrible nasties are going around as well, mate. But sending you all the good vibes. Hope you're doing all right, mate. I made since I need to go for an MRI for my ankle now, and it's probably looking unlikely like I'm gonna get out and doing any sort of like run training or anything like that, cardio training for a long while. I upgraded my home gym and I got some weights and a bench over the weekend, so I set that up and I'm like, okay, I need to do something, and that's something that I can do even with a bad ankle. So I'm like, okay, so that was quite positive. Damien would love to see that. Definitely keen for that. All right, it's decided. Let's do it. Luis, I am doing good, my friend. How are you this morning? Thanks for hopping in and joining us super early as well. Open some new packs. Right, let's do it. Okay, we'll do that Thursday. That'll be fun. That will be fun. I've got a lot of hourglasses as well. I've been kind of hoarding them, so hopefully we can open a bunch more. And then if we need any more, since we're doing it on stream, I'm happy to make my first purchase on TCG Pocket. So we'll see. Well, the first part of the stream could be a lot of fun doing the pack openings, or we'll do it at the end. They continue to be wild, but no real damage for us. Some friends' fences blew down tiles off my sister's roof. Oh, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Good that it was like not terrible damage. I know my parents' their fence blew down, which was not ideal, but I think when you look at like what the damage could have been in some people's damage that they had, I think it's like, yeah, you take that all day, just a fence over like roof or tiles or anything. So as long as everyone's safe as well, because man, really sad hearing like some people like lost their lives and stuff during it. Very sad. Talk about doing good, thanks. Breeding Garchomp for shinies. Good luck with that shiny. Gabite shiny, Gibble shiny, Banger shinies. Garchomp lets the team down, but it's still an amazing shiny to go for. So good luck with that, mate. James, yes, bring on the weights. I'm heading to the gym soon. Nice, mate. Yeah, I did a first workout yesterday. I am sore today. And I haven't done proper like weight training in it like the longest time, so I am feeling it today, which is good though, because I'm like, I think if I wasn't feeling it, I'd be like, did I do it properly? I feel like I did it semi-properly yesterday, so we'll see the gains. Whether we'll get them or not, I don't know. I think the consistency is the key though, isn't it? Spain, it's not that early. It's almost midday. Yeah, same for UK. You guys are like an hour ahead of us, right, in Spain, so they're like 11:40 now, which is nice. Coming up to siesta time. I can guarantee the weather in Spain is like a million times better than it is here. I miss the heat. Shiny Hunter, how are you doing today? Great to see you. Good luck on the Deoxys today. In your opinion, what's the best mask to put on Ogerpon? Oh, it's so tricky. I am a big fan of Hearthflame. I really love Hearthflame, but there's always the Cornerstone as well. You know, I like all of them. I really do like all of them. In competitive play, I'd probably, if I picked one, I'd have to go Hearthflame, I think. If I had to, if I was forced to. But it's really close between Hearthflame and Cornerstone. The Wellspring Mask as well is nice. I do like all of them, but yeah, Hearthflame I think is the one I would probably pick. If any of you guys saw the regional in San Antonio over the weekend, Justin and Killian Tang, like their Ogerpon, their EV spread on it was pretty spicy. So it was nice to see Justin win as well after a while of not winning an event. I think it's his third regional now, which is amazing. So, and he's such a nice guy as well, so really nice to see the result there. And Cali Ice winning as well is nice, because I do think kind of like been good, dropped off there or thereabouts. It's just not had the wins that you kind of expected to have. Cali Shadow though, it's just nowhere to be seen. I think it was like 1 in the top 8, which is crazy. Wish you luck on the shiny today. Aaron, thank you so much, my friend, and I hope you had a great weekend and enjoy the stream with us today. Death Horse making me want to use this Pokemon. Which Ogerpon or the Deoxys? Deoxys, yeah. I cannot wait to be able to trade it up and get it into Scarlet and Violet, honestly. Well, in the south we're having really windy days and rain, so feeling a bit like UK. Lucas, that is not ideal. Yeah, the UK has been crazy yesterday. We had this mad thunderstorm. It's like I've never heard thunder like it in my life. It was so loud. Honestly, it was like, and the biggest flash of lightning. Just one though, it was so strange. And then we had this crazy hailstorm. Everything was white. It was like it'd been snowing. And I was setting up like my gym stuff and like garage. Because it's like a gap under a garage door. Like it's a very small gap, but it was just filling up with like hail. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get flooded. But thankfully it didn't come to anything. Messed up my knee somehow. It's been really swollen and sore today. Hope it gets better soon. Rest it up, Aaron. I hope it does get better soon, mate. Stay off your feet though. Like, knees are horrible when you injure them. I like tore all the ligaments across the top of my knee years ago, and that took forever to heal, so I hope it's not anything as bad, mate. But yeah, just rest up, take care of it, ice it, put a heat pack on it, get that swelling down. Professor Oak has entered the chat. Good morning, mate. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. Had a nice weekend as well, my friend. I failed to get a shiny Ralts in the community day in Pokemon Go at the weekend. Had a little bit of time, so I was able to do it. No shiny though. Lots of Ralts, which was nice, but no shiny. Not been having much shiny luck, to be honest, recently. Like, I'm normally like really lucky with the community day Pokemon. Like, I don't really need like solo effort, but this time around, and then the last one as well that I did, just could not find a shiny. I don't remember what it was, but it's just the drought continues. Maybe I've used up all my shiny luck. Down east in Norway, we went from full winter on Wednesday to full spring on Thursday. It went from -3 to 9 heat. Wow, that is so crazy. That's such a like contrast between the two. So we instantly lost the snow and ice. That's kind of scary as well. Like, it heats up so quickly that like all that snow and ice that you have like melts super quick. Got about until 3 minutes was left, and I found one but couldn't evolve earlier in time. Oh, hopefully there'll be another one not too long away, and you can save it for then, evolve it. Come on, Deoxys. We just need you to be yellow just once. Is there any way to get Deoxys in Pokemon Scarlet aside from having it in older gens? No, unfortunately not. You'd have to. The only way to get it is trading it in through Pokemon Home, which is, yeah, it opens the door for these, like, for them to do a Terror Raid event for it, because it would be so good. I think people would really enjoy it as well, going up against Deoxys. I think, you know, especially if they combined it with the Rayquaza, the Shiny Rayquaza event, and like, I don't know, they did something similar with like, you know, the Mewtwo event where you brought Rayquaza into the raids, it gets an Omni boost or something, and then you could really do a lot of really cool interactive things in the raid where Deoxys changes form throughout the raid depending on how the health bar gets to certain increments, and then Deoxys changes into like defense form, speed form, attack form. It'd be very cool, but I don't know. I'm probably in dreamland with that. Just a 5-star Terror Raid for Deoxys would be awesome, but unfortunately, yeah, it's the only way to get it now. Picked up 3 shiny Ralts on Saturday. Nice. Spratty was here. That's awesome to hear, mate. Congrats. Yeah, I normally like get a bundle of them, but no. And I did. I spent a good hour trying to just cycle through Ralts. Just none of them shined. It was bad for the people who watched. I wanted to reach work because the cars drive better on snow than swim through. Yeah, water. It's horrible driving through. Like, I've only had to do it once, drive through like flooded roads, and it's scary. And people panic as well. And it's like, I think the one thing is like, just don't stop when you're driving through. Like, if you drive through somewhere that's like deep water, you just got to keep going. And I remember I was going through it, and it was like definitely tire arch level. And the person in front of me stopped, and I was like panicking because I was like, don't stop. There was no reason to stop, but they obviously panicked. And I'm like, if I stop here, then like I worry about like the water getting sucked up into the engine, and then your car's knackered. So I was like, it was horrible. Thankfully that didn't happen though, and got through it. But it's awful. Yeah, much better driving through the snow, I feel, because you know that your car's not going to just die on you for any reason. Gatling, no problem, my friend. Okay, Deoxys, you better shine this stream, or else we're gonna send Rayquaza in here. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I need Rayquaza in my party. And this leaf green. Trade it over from Emerald. Now that Iron Bundle and Screamtail are done, what do you think the next event will be? That's what I was talking about at the top of the stream, Shiny Hunter. I was like, I wonder if we're gonna get an announcement this week. It seems like a good amount of time away from Pokemon Day, like a month, 4 weeks away. If they want to build hype and like FOMO for whatever they're going to announce, big announcement on Pokemon Day, it's good week to drop a teaser trailer or something very small that kind of, you know, gets everyone's attention. So, okay, we're keeping an eye out. Like, everyone, hardcore fans are always going to know Pokemon Day is there, but like the wider audience, I don't know. It gets the hype up if you drop something this week, in my opinion. And with nothing being announced last night like they normally do, it makes me wonder. The only reason when they normally do that is obviously a break week where we don't get anything at all. But I just can't see them doing that at the minute, because I feel like they've still got lots of events. Even like the smaller ones, the mass outbreak stuff, they've probably got a long list of events that they want to get through before like ZA comes out. So it makes me think the only time when they normally do that is when they have an announcement through that week, and they don't announce anything on the Sunday. They keep it for like maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday announcement, and then they drop the event with the announcement on the trailer. So maybe we get something this week. And sorry to those that were in at the start of the stream that already heard that, but I do have an inkling that we might get something this week. But don't, like I say, get your hopes up, take it with a grain of salt, because it could just be a break week. But I just tried to add up all the things that kind of might point towards, okay, we're 4 weeks out from Pokemon Day pretty much. It's a good week if you are going to drop something. There's been lots of like rumors going around, and take them with a grain of salt, because how true are they? Generally anyway. But there's been a lot of rumors saying that, you know, we're going to get something dropped before Pokemon Day as a teaser. So I guess if they've had information fed to them, then that could add up as well. So I don't know, maybe. But for an event this week, I have no idea. Honestly, I was just expecting, you know, more 5-star Terra Raid events, maybe mass outbreak event this week of some sort. Pablo, are you playing on 2 emulators or with 2 consoles? I want to do shiny hunt and 2 devices, but don't know how to do it efficiently. So I'm playing on my GameCube with the Game Boy player for my Leaf Green copy. I'm using my GBA as my controller for that, and then I've got my keyboard set up for the GB operator, which I'm using for my Fire Red copy. So yeah, not emulators, but yeah, that's how I'm doing it. I'd love to have more GameCubes, but they're expensive. I only have one, and the Game Boy player then on top of that, and then a capture card on top of that. So yeah, the GB operator is just a great little device if you want like a low cost, affordable way to just capture a device for the older gen games and stuff like that. GB and GBA stuff, at least. There better not be a Newcastle jacket. It's not a Newcastle jacket. No, it's not. It's not. But I am wearing a Newcastle training shirt. It's nice. Nice training shirt. It's got like the leaves on and stuff. So, but it's not the jacket. It's not. This is just a regular track jacket. So this is normally the jacket. I put this on because I'm like, this is normally a jacket. It sounds a bit weird, but normally when we wear this jacket, we do get luck. We do find shinies. So I'm like, okay, I'm pulling it out today. I'm gonna wear it. Shiny Chenpao will be released for the general public during Pokemon Day. Could you imagine? That would be wild. There must be some sort of, I guess you would need a custom firmware switch to do it, but there must be like a patch for Scarlet and Violet. I saw a video yesterday on X of someone shiny hunting Chenpao, funnily enough, and they got it in like 300 and something resets, but Chenpao didn't show shiny. It did sparkle though, so I'm like, is it a patch that you've got to indicate that it is the shiny? Just, I don't know how it worked. The way, any tips, Lee? I started streaming Switch games this month, and I plan to stream more Pokemon Scarlet. Which do you think is more interesting, battling or shiny hunting? It depends what your passion is. Like, I think you've got to go with what you really enjoy, because if you're doing it, obviously you want to enjoy it. So I think it would come across a lot more on stream. But there's no harm in doing both. Honestly, I think just try different things. I think that's the thing to do. Shiny hunting, I think, appeals to a wider audience for sure than competitive battling, because I think the competitive play, although competitive scene is growing, which is great, I think it is still very much a niche within a niche. So it depends what you want to do, depends what you kind of, honestly, I think it's more of a personal decision and what you enjoy doing most, you know. Of course, you got the global challenge this weekend, so if you were wanting to stream battling, it's a great opportunity to do this weekend for that tournament, you know. Best of one though, living on the edge every single round. Nope and nope. Fly girls fly. Morning Osirus chat. Barely slept after the night party in my city. I hope the party was good. David, sorry, I'm not laughing at you, mate. I'm laughing at Grace's response to the shirt. Grace, you love it. I will send you one. I'll send you a bunch of them, and you can wear one every single day of the week. Up the mags. Yeah, I don't know. We're not playing super well at the minute, but we're getting results, so it's all right. I'm very nervous for a week is it week Wednesday or week Tuesday? We're playing Arsenal in the second round of the semi-final of the cup. We're 2-0 up. We're going to be at St James's. I just pray that we get through. I just pray. Can we get to the final? And then it'll probably be Liverpool. Although Tottenham are 1-0 up on Liverpool, but Tottenham are struggling at the minute. Chen Power was the ditto. I saw the post on X. I think they modded the config stuff. Ah, okay. So it was a ditto. It was wild because it was like, why is it not the shiny colors? But yeah. It just makes me just think, why didn't they allow us to shiny hunt the legendaries? The Rune legendary card would have been such a good hunt as well, just for all 4 of them, you know? Because you can do those hunts pretty early on in your playthrough. I don't think you need to get any of the gym badges to unlock the runes. I think you just need to find the staffs and then get to the areas where they are, which would have been really cool. Battling with shinies. There we go. That's the answer. That is the answer. Battling with shinies. Random question, but what do you guys think about those YouTube links with free Deoxys? I mean, they're not for me. I think there's a big problem with hacked mons in Pokemon in general. It's a wider issue than just the people that are doing it. I think it all comes back to Pokemon as a brand, as a company, to really clamp down on it and put better things in place, you know? There's lots of arguments that it's hard for me to answer, because I get why people use external devices, because they may not have time and they want to play competitive Pokemon, but they don't have time. They don't have the money to go out and buy the other games that they need to get the teams that they want to use and be competitive. So I get that. So there's like they need the barrier to entry for competitive play to be easier, which they do. Every gen they do make big improvements, steps forward to make it easier, but they definitely need to have a better hack system. And those sites, I think Patters did a video on an old video yesterday, like a reaction to it, about the websites that send out shiny Pokemon with the website name as the OT or the actual nickname of the Pokemon. And I think they just need shut down. They just need shut down, because like that is a huge problem, I think, for surprise trades and stuff like that. But there's obviously a demand for it, you know, because people use the bots and stuff like that. I don't begrudge anyone doing the bots and doing the shinies and stuff like that, but you know, for me, if I was to get my Pokemon, you know, I like to hunt them properly, especially shinies. Then I just know that, you know, they're legit. And the other thing is as well, I think I have no worries about going into, you know, I played Birmingham the other week, and I'm going on a tangent here, so I'm sorry, but this is like a big topic where you could talk about it for, I could talk about it for hours. But I feel like, you know, there's so much worry from players now that go and play competitive Pokemon. Is this Pokemon hacked if we got it from somewhere else? Whereas I never have that issue, because I know everything's genuinely caught in game, and I've bred it and trained it, everything like that. I do help friends out as well, but they're always like, is this legit? I'm always like, yes. It is legit. I caught it myself in game, so you're fine. Did you catch a treasure rune in certain balls? I caught using dusk balls, the darkness theme. That's nice. I tried to catch most of mine in, like, the first time round I didn't, and I regret, like, in my Scarlet playthrough, but my Violet playthrough, tried to catch them all in fast balls. I just love that. I love that aesthetic of Chen Power and a fastball, so I went with that with the other ones. It doesn't really match up for War Chen and Tinglu, but I mean, to keep the set, yeah. Andrea, I have a question. I've seen a live from this channel for a shiny Mew giveaway. Is that going or not? And is it then? I have another question as well. Shoot away. That Mew giveaway, we will be doing one more. So I've got one more batch of the Mews, and I said I will do it. I'm gonna try and trade a bunch of them over to Bebum as well. So Bebum's gonna join me, I think, for that last final giveaway for the Mew. And then that will be it, because I just don't have the time or the resources to really sit through duplicating them in Pokemon Red and then trading them up through Pokemon Home and Bank. So, and I think we've given away a lot of those already, but we will, the plan is to do one more giveaway for the Muse. Yes, they think thanks for the answer again, man, and I kind of agree with you too. No problem, mate. And Grace, what about Blaine's? What about Blaine's? I am, you know, like I have no, like I say, I don't want to bash anyone for what they do, and I think he's obviously made a very successful, lucrative business out of what he does, and he does it obviously very well because he has returning customers. Like, would I use the service? No, but that's just me personally. Do I begrudge him doing it or have any problem with him? Definitely not. I think my interactions with him as a person have always been like super chill, super nice. He's dropped in on the stream. I think he's a cool guy, but that's my opinion, like, you know, and I think he does what he does very well and makes a success out of it. This is what I say, there's definitely a demand for it, because if there wasn't a demand for that sort of service, it wouldn't work. So, you know, but I can't sit here and badmouth anyone for what they're doing. I think the websites are a little bit worse because they obviously look like they are hacked, and I don't know how they go about generating these Pokemon, but they're definitely not real. But it's a hard line to come by, but I can't sit here and be like, okay, yeah, this person's a bad person for doing this, you know. Like I say, I think it's a problem that comes down to Pokemon at their doorstep, where they need to have better facilities in place to stop Pokemon being generated like they are. Whether they'll ever be able to do it, I don't know. They had some pretty interesting ways about going around it in BDSP with duplicated mons and things like that, so they could do it. It's just whether or not they're gonna be able to do it. I mean, they're pretty quick. Like, if you look at glitches in games, you'll notice a trend with like Pokemon, which ones they really don't want happening in games and which ones they don't mind happening in games. Like, duplication glitches are something that they will fix like within days. It's like red flag, top of the priority, whereas other things in games could go on for months or just not be fixed at all. So I don't know what the remit is. It's hard to kind of get a handle on it because it's so like erratic, you know. Lane's printing cash. Boy, yeah, in his hot tub with his cigar, surrounded by bots, just distributing Pokemon, you know. And I can't really bash bots too much because I ran a bot on my Discord. It wasn't a giveaway bot, but I did run a bot for about 2 years on our Discord, and it was for finding the seed from your den. I only had one because I ran it from a Switch that I had, and a laptop, which was, yeah, the laptop. I don't think I ever turned the laptop off in 2 years, so I don't know how it didn't just burn out or break. But that would be hypocritical of me to sit here and be like, you know, bash that service, although mine was slightly different in a lot of ways because it was just giving you a code, like information that you would use on an external website, and then you could see how many days you need to skip into the den to change your seed to get the shiny Dynamax Pokemon or Gigantamax. But yeah, you know, which games do you give away in the which game do you give away the new in? What do you mean, Tob? Which game? Oh, the giveaway. Oh, okay. So the Mew, it would be Scarlet and Violet. Because I wanted to do the same with the Celebi because it's a lot easier to duplicate in Pokemon Crystal than it is in Red, Blue, and Yellow on the Virtual Console. So I did the Celebi, and they're all in my Pokemon Home, ready to give out. But the last game that we can give them out on is Sword and Shield. I kind of want to do the giveaway on the latest game, so I might have to wait for ZA to do that, or Gen 10 if Celebi's in those, which you hope it is. I didn't know that, David. On the GTS. This is the thing, like, before I have an opinion on stuff, I think I probably need to look into it more, you know. Look, but some mythicals are always going to be exclusives of the past. Yeah, like this Deoxys. So if you want them, you'll either have to do a trade for a legit one or find ways to get a gen one. That is very true. You know, and I don't think Pokemon help themselves in a lot of ways. Like I have my biggest gripe, I think, over the last like 4 or 5 years is BDSP and Orc's letter and the member card and how long those mystery gifts ran for. And now those Pokemon are gatekept. Like you can buy the games, but you cannot access those 2 Pokemon. And I just think they could have just done a giveaway code in every like new released BDSP copy that you're buying, and the code in there allowed you to just sync up with a date in the future. Maybe not a crazy date in the future, but like 2026, where you could still go online with your copy of BDSP, get the members code, get Orc's letter, and then go and hunt Shaman and Darkrai. You know, I don't know what the harm is, but like those situations, because I don't think Orc's letter as a mystery gift was available for that long. I really want to say it was only like a couple of weeks where you had an opportunity to get it, small window, and now it's gone forever. And I'm just like, oh, come on. So there are mythicals like that, and it might not be any fault of, you know, anyone's why you missed that event. Cubes, immediate fix. Frame rates and lag. Nah, gonna need new hardware. Still wish they would release the older games on the Switch or the remakes so others have the chance for the mythicals. Yes, I agree with you. I think we will get them. I think there will become a time when these games come to the Switch, and that would alleviate a lot of the problems where those events, I guess like the Virtual Console with Crystal, where Celebi was available as an event just on the game once you beat the Elite Four. They probably do a similar thing with Emerald, with the Mew, with Deoxys. So that's kind of the hope that they do that, and I would imagine they'll do it on the Switch too. Considering they haven't done it for the Switch One, it's like, why are you not doing this? Like, it's an easy money maker for you guys. Dean, how are you doing this morning? Getting the Deoxys today, fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully we do. Hopefully you had a nice weekend in Farland. Great to see you as well. I'm doing great, thanks, and hope you're doing good. I'm like prime waffle this morning, where I'm just yammering on about everything, and I get asked one question and I go on a mad tangent talking about something else. Made the Switch 2 Pokemon games reversed exit. Never know, mate. Gen 10 could be the one that does it. CK, how are you doing? Just want to wish you some shiny luck today because I can't stick around for the stream. I hope you and everyone enjoy doing good today. Good luck, mate. Thank you so much for dropping in, mate. I hope whatever you're up to today, you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you maybe hopefully later in the week. But thank you so much for dropping by. Really appreciate it, and the good luck we will take, reap, and hopefully get some rewards from today. It should be taught about which football club to support in schools. Why tell kids to support Newcastle? Isn't that just abuse? Well, I tell you what, right? You might argue that, and I might take that as a point, but you could support Man United, and I feel like that would be more abuse than the Newcastle, because if we take a projection of the next 10 years between the two clubs, where one's gonna be and how full the trophy cabinet will be in 10 years time compared to now, to one of the other ones that could be, you know, in the lower leagues of English football. I feel like the Newcastle choice is just the road to take. With our new stadium that we're going to be getting, the superstars that we'll be signing, it just seems like a no-brainer, Grace. I don't know. You know, I'm on the wind-up, but I do agree that I think we should teach about supporting football clubs in school. Newcastle should be like the one that you all support. Up the mags. You can still get it with the Game Boy. Yes, that's very true. You can. Getting back to the Poke Talk, Scotland Valley brought so many old and new players to the franchise. Locking old events in games is silly. Kind of makes the all games less desirable, especially at the price. Yeah, I completely agree, David. I think there's a lot of things they could do a little bit differently. Like the Paradox Pokemon as well. I just I hate that they're gate kept. They always do it. They always have a version where the version exclusive gate kept, you know. But when I think a lot of Pokemon have such an impact in competitive play, like the Paradox legendaries do, Blood Moon as well, Ursaluna is another one. They're kind of like gate kept behind DLCs, behind other games. Not a huge fan of it. But it's in business sense, it makes a lot of sense, right? If you look at it from a business point of view, you get why they do it. You want to sell more units, and that's definitely one way to do it. James, good morning, mate. How are you doing? And Power, which non-Paradox, non-legendary mythical Pokemon introduced in Gen 9 is your favorite? Ooh, my favorite. Gen 9, probably Annihilape, you know? Or yeah, non-Paradox. I couldn't choose Iron Hands. I do really like Iron Hands, but probably Annihilape. If I picked one Gen 9 Pokemon, rooting for Manchester United will make you age 5 years per match and lose all your hair. Sanity. That is very true. Some good advice from Professor Oak. Yeah, especially at the moment. I think like if Amaran's given a bit of time, and I think that is the big question. I think he will turn it around. He's a good coach. I just think there's obviously a lot of issues there that have been there for a long time, and they're just starting to like see through. We won yesterday. We're on the title charge. Did you see though, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, when Newcastle were on like that 9-win winning streak before we played the week before we played Bournemouth, and there was loads of people like, oh, Newcastle are in the title race, and I'm like, we're definitely not in the title race. It doesn't. There's no chance. And it lasted for all about 5 days, and then we got absolutely bonked off Bournemouth. Bournemouth are on a crazy tear at the minute. They are so good. I swear every Spurs fan is hoping that Areola will leave them and go to Spurs if Ange gets the sack. Which might happen, I don't know. He's a good manager though. He's got them boys playing incredibly well. But yeah, Grace, good win yesterday. One out the blue. Mighty, good morning, my friend. How are you doing? I'm at 17,100 and still no shiny. Oh, Chet, it's got to happen soon. It has to. Can't believe we're like so many. This is 17,000 encounters now. If we're ever gonna get it anytime soon, this would be a good number to do it on. With Ultra Sun and Moon, you still get Ash, Hat, Pikachu, and the robot. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, they kept everything in those. Ash Greninja also, yeah. If you got the... Wasn't that the demo you got? Battlebone Greninja. You can still get it now. Nice pick. Annihilape is such a good addition to the monkey. Yeah, I agree with you so much. What about you? What's your pick? Power. When I say shiny Deoxys on attempt, 17,999. Andrea, I hope you're alright. I really do. I would take that right now. I'd snatch your hand off if we get it on that, because that means it will be over soon. Can we ban Professor Oak, please? We cannot do that. It's the one thing we can't. He's immune to the ban hammer. He's got like ban hammer immunity. For Legends here, do we want to see more regional Paradox or conversion ones? I feel like a lot of people, like the consensus that I'm getting is a lot of people would like to see more regional forms than anything else. I thought people would be more excited for like new megas, but that's probably a given. We're probably going to get new mega Pokemon, but I do like regional forms. And the convergent forms, I do like them a lot as well. So I'm probably on the same side of the fence as most people with like the regional conversion forms. I do like those. Different takes on all the Pokemon where, you know, they don't rely on a mechanic to be usable in other generations as well, which is yeah, I guess a plus as well for those sort of things. Whereas like the mega Pokemon, if we got new megas of stuff, like if megas isn't a mechanic in a future game, then we can't access those, which is kind of sad. Remember someone said that let me just reset these. Statical hit should be removed. And imagine facing a 6+ defense or Jaladon without crits. Said that critical hits should be removed. Critical hits, yeah. I think it adds like a bit of excitement to the game. I doubt they'll ever remove critical hits. No. But I can see why people want them removed. Game breaking plays when it happens. Not fun. No Southgate Spurs, make it oh, Andy, that is the one. Sir Gareth to Spurs. I'd love to see it, yeah. I'm gonna nickname it Dark Menace. I probably not nickname the one that I catch, because I want to, basically the idea is, because it's been such a saga for the Deoxys, so, and sorry to everyone that's heard this like a gazillion times already, but the plan is to trade the shiny over to Emerald. I'm going to dupe it in Emerald and then trade all of those dupes up to Scarlet and Violet through Home, Bank, Transporter. I'm going to do a giveaway for the Deoxys, so I probably won't nickname it just for that reason, because then everyone will have a nickname Deoxys that they may not like the nickname of. It's a bit over the top, but setting myself on fire would have been more fun than watching United yesterday. Like Grace, I've been there. I lived through the Mike Ashley era with Newcastle. I like that most weeks. There's just no hope. But no, it will. I think the thing is, like, you're such a big club. I think you got to just think that it will turn it. It's got to turn itself around eventually. I think Amaran's probably the person to do it, but it just needs given time. And I think that's it. You just got to hope that he is given the time to be allowed to kind of get these tactics, get players in that are going to work for him. Mr. Wolf, good morning. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. What's your action for this going to be like when it I have no idea. Might be a really bad reaction, just a whimper, just being like, we finally got it. We finally got it. I don't know. It's going to be a bit unbelievable because it's just dragged on for such a long time. Also, update on my full odds shiny Slowpoke from Crystal. It's now Slow King sitting in home. Nice, Dean. That is awesome, mate. I'm so pumped that you got that last week. Hunting for a King's Rock and then just getting the shiny Slowpoke in the virtual console is so good. So good, mate. Those are the moments. Imagine a Pokemon game with Mega Evolution, Dynamax, and Terrestrialization all available. You never know, like Gen 10 could do it, and you like the anime, like, you know, with Ash, where was it Z-Moves, Megas, and Dynamax? Was Dynamax in that, I think, for the tournament, and you had to pick one of the mechanics to use? Maybe they could do that. Dynamax is so bust though, you know? I feel like that would be a go-to for a lot of players. I feel like Megas in that situation, maybe, unless they get a little bit of a buff somehow, wouldn't be the one that you pick. Terrestrialization is always going to be strong, but Dynamax with the secondary effects, like pretty much most of the attacking moves get, I feel like, and the HP boost as well, and not being able to protect on their attacks. Yeah, Dynamax would probably take precedent over most other things. Southgate to Newcastle. Nah, we got Sir Eddie Howe. You can't replace Sir Eddie. Eddie's going to be with us for a long time. No, I feel like it would be greedy as well. We got like such a good manager in Eddie. I feel like we've got to just share. Be generous. Share Sir Gareth around with the other clubs. Exactly. Don't wish that evil on the Toon Army. Mourinho is the person to do it. Ollie is the person to do it, and Ten Hag is the person to do it, Amaron is the person to... Well, this is the problem. And I had pretty much Professor Oak a very similar conversation with a friend of mine who supports Spurs when Amaron came in, and now they were like, oh, Man United are going to be a huge force. Amaron's a class manager, and I do think he's a great coach. But I said, all these other managers that they had have been great coaches, and the same problems have happened. And I think there's like just a core issue with the club, you know, that needs sorting out before anything will happen. And maybe that's happening now, you know, Rashford stuff that's all going on. But yeah, it's the same sort of story. year on year, isn't it? But it just seems to be getting worse. At least Ten Hag kind of won trophies, as much as I wasn't a huge Ten Hag fan. United should sack all of their players. None would make it into the Barcelona starting 11, for example. It's not a manager thing, it's a player thing. I tend to agree with you. I think it is a player thing. Shiny Deoxys color remind me of lemon flavored soda or something. Yeah, like a lemon Fanta. It's a nice yellow though, isn't it? It is a nice yellow. Like some yellow shinies are but yeah, the Deoxys. Come on, just shine today, Deoxys. That's what we want. We want to do the hot gold soul silver shiny only Nuzlocke. I'm hoping we can get to that soon. But I feel like I just gotta stick with this until we get it and just get it done, because otherwise this hunt is just gonna haunt me forever if we don't get this. As a United fan, the players are completely overrated, and I need Rashford, Garnacho, Mount, and a lot more players at the club. Yeah, Andy, I agree with you. I mean, I can't believe how much you paid for Mount. I mean, I can't believe how much you paid for a lot of players, like Antonio for one. I mean, that is just madness. The amount of money wasted. It's crazy, really. Yeah. Love Deoxys shiny. The regular is and Patterson colors. The shiny is Adenine and Timing. That's very, yeah, I've never really thought about it from that angle. The shiny though is just, it looks so good in Scarlet and Violet. I think the overworld sprite that they've done in Scarlet and Violet for the shiny Deoxys looks so good. Yeah, I finally got a Game Boy again, and Game Boy I got is IPS screen. Oh, very nice. And Pokemon Silver as well, also called Lugia. Yes. And Liam, nice, mate. Those IPS screens make such a difference, don't they? I'd love to get one fitted into my Game Boy Color. I got one in this GBA, and it made such a difference when I fitted it. But I'd love to do it with like my Game Boy Color, my original. It'd be so nice, and just play them on those. That's the other thing. Talking about Lugia, I'm like, we need to go after Lugia. I think that's going to be our next shiny hunt in Hot Gold Soul Silver in that run. I would love to get Lugia in those games as well. Shiny Lugia. So nice, shiny. Mighty, I'm glad that we didn't get a mainline in 2024. Sometimes I need a break from the mainline games to focus on other things, other games. I said that because I recently got Animal Crossing New Leaf recently. Nice, mate. I hope you've been enjoying it. Sir Eddie, oh my god. You need saving Lee. Sir Eddie, I swear, I think Eddie will get a knighthood at some point. I think he's just that sort of manager. He probably will end up managing England. I think he would make a really good English manager, you know. I really think with the way he plays football, yeah. And if he wins the trophy with Newcastle, I mean, he'd be immortalized forever among the Toon Army. Eddie is saving me. I'm all right, Grace, though, so it's all good. Also, it probably means that Game Freak has more time to polish the game. That's very true, yeah. I think there's a lot of pressure on Game Freak coming into like Legends ZA and especially Gen 10, because they have had that gap year now. Like, there's no excuses now. If there's issues with the game, like, what is the excuse there? It can't be a time thing, because they've had the extra time, and it's good that they've taken it. But like, if there's issues with it, it's like, where do you go from there? So really got the DNA reference perfectly when they designed it. Yeah, it is like, I think these Gen 3 Pokemon are all designed so well. You know, I think it's probably why it holds up so well through time. You know, Gen 3 is like so many players' favorite games. I still agree with Riley a lot of the time. I know Riley always says like Gen 3 sprites are probably the best sprites that we've had, and I tend to kind of agree with that. I think the sprites in Gen 3 just look so good, and that comes down to like the design, the coloration of the Pokemon. And there's not really many shinies, I think, in Gen 3. I can't think of any off the top of my head that are like a little bit lazy. I think we get lazy shinies now, but I don't think Gen 3 had any of those. There he is. There he is. Riley, good morning, mate. I hope you had a good weekend. Every time I speak of you, you seem to pop up. I need to speak about you earlier in the streams to get you in. Hope you had a good weekend though, mate. Great to see you as always. Any luck with the Zangoose, or should I not ask? Can you find and catch Ho-Oh and Silver as well, or is it exclusively to gold? I think you can, but is it post game? I'm not too sure. Like, without looking, I don't want to give like a firm answer. Someone in chat will 100% know though. It's Game Freak, there will be issues. That is the attitude to have going in, because then if there's not, then it's like, wow. Even the film goal went to Newcastle. Luckily you were saved. The film goal, oh my god, yeah. And did you ever, what was the player called? Munez. Santiago Munez was the player in the film. I think that was the name of the character. And then we signed a player, like, not, this is like Mike Ashley, towards the end of the Mike Ashley era, but we signed a player from South America who had the exact same name as the guy in the film. And I'm like, are we only buying this youngster because he's got the same name as the guy in goal? It's so weird. He's not at the club anymore. But yeah, Santiago Munez, I think, was the player's name. Goal, the film. Didn't they make like more goal movies as well? I've only ever seen the first one. Obviously as a kid though, watching that, being like, oh my god, they made a movie about Newcastle. Obviously based around that team, the Entertainers, when we were good. But yeah. Shiny Riley has spawned. Also, they went so hard with the legendary names in Gen 3. Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, yeah. And then pretty much some of the only legendaries really that have kind of kept up with the current competitive scene as well, you know? Like, I guess Rayquaza struggles a bit. Its typing, its ability probably aren't as strong as like Kyogre and Groudon are. But those three are always been in like the competitive scene. Whereas a lot of the other legendaries, like, you never see Mewtwo. Rarely see Hot or Lugia these days. And I do think they have potential, but, you know, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza have always been real big mainstays. I think it just says a lot about the generation as a whole. No such luck. I think I mentioned last week that Phase 11 ended. Yes, mate. 17,407 encounters with Swablu. Phase 8, hopefully this week, is the one. Oh, I hope so, mate. I really do. It cannot, this next phase cannot go on as long as 17,000 though. David, baseball teams have literally bought an entire family of baseball players. Ikunas, it's unreal. One brother hit the league by storm, and then team started signing his 9-year-old younger brothers. Wow, that's wild. I wonder if that sort of thing will just seep into football, and that'll start to happen in football as well. It's such a gamble though, because there's like no guarantee. Just because your brother's good at something doesn't mean that you're generally going to be good. I guess there's a good chance, right, that you're going to have the same sort of skills. So you can get Ho-Oh in the post game after getting the Rainbow Wing from Pewter City. Yes, from the old man. It's level 70. Would have its signature move. There we go. So you can. James, thank you for the answer. Goal made me follow Newcastle United. We need more films like Goal. I would definitely subscribe to that bandwagon. Team in different continent that I hadn't heard of before. Demba Ba was ripping the league back then. Oh my god, Demba Ba, Papa Cisse under Alan Pardew. They were probably the best times that we had under Mike Ashley. That season though, those two were just phenomenal. We nearly got into the Champions League. I think we finished 5th. And then it all just started to fall apart from there. Wow, so it was Santiago Munez in the film, and Newcastle loaned a player. Yeah, we signed a player called Santiago Munez. Yeah, like, it's wild. Yeah, signed him as a youngster. Like, he wasn't that young. I think he was a striker as well. I don't know if he got a game for the first team, but he played for the under-21s. But yeah, it was such a weird thing. And it just smacked of, are you just signing this player because it was the same name as the one in the film? And did your scouting team just look at goal as a reference for this player's amazing? Look, here's his reel. Watch this. They did a movie on this kid. And then they're like, okay, well, let's just sign him up. And then they realized it's like, oh, this is actually a movie, not a YouTube reel of the player. Yeah, because then I don't know what happened. I think he just went back to Spain or maybe South America. But there's always that part of me that was like, I really hope this kid's good. And he's like, yeah, he gets a chance, but it never really came to anything. Kind of happened with Mbappe's brother. Yeah, and I guess the same's happening with what's he called? Plays for Real Madrid. His brother, he plays for Mackhams. Dragonite also stood the test. Yeah, that's very true. Dragonite's had like a real like curb swing, hasn't it? Since like, I guess Sword and Shield was like the beginning of Dragonite's like big comeback. And then, yeah, because it's never really haven't made a huge splash. I mean, top 8 at UK Nationals in 2010, I think. No, was it finals? Maybe what, like 2012, maybe Dragonite did well. And won Nationals, I remember. But yeah, other than that, Dragonite's just been floundering, and now it's such a strong Pokemon, which is great to see. I love it when like the older gen Pokemon that you want to be good do come good. The active played Munoz did a video talking about the real Munoz, and Newcastle posted it on their Facebook page. Did they? No way. That's wild. I never saw that. I'll have to check it out. Stefan, how are we doing today? Good to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week, my friend. Thanks for joining us today. Gen 3 was fun. It was the same age as the main character, 10 years old. So it's Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire originally came out. That's awesome, because it's like you're living that game right then and there, because you're like, yeah, this is me. It's wild though, right? When you actually think about Pokemon as a game, what parent allows their 10-year-old to be like, yeah, there you go. It's time to go and be a Pokemon trainer now. Bye. Just set them out on their journey into the world. Never happened. I used to think about when I was younger that I was like, how cool would that be though? I guess if you've got Pokemon kind of protecting you, it's not as bad, right? Is yellow original, red blue versions worth playing? It depends. I guess like I would always say, in my opinion, I like Pokemon Yellow, but it was because I was a big anime fan at the time. So you've got to have like Pikachu kind of following you around, which was, I guess, the biggest novelty for me about it. And there's some there is some upgrades in that game to Red and Blue, so with different catches and things like that. So I would always say it's worth experiencing, but like don't pay a crazy amount for it. I sent him and we were like, we've just been talking to San Diego. Did you know that goal was just a movie? That's definitely what would have. I feel like that conversation definitely happened. Not a word of this to Sunderland. Yeah, definitely not a word. Big Mike's like, are you kidding? You signed a player off a movie. I just wish Dragonite kept its shiny colors as strict. Yeah, I am exactly the same. I think like the pink Dragonite would have been a better shiny to have than the kind of dark green, because it's not even like black really, is it? Did you see any of the regionals over the weekend? I'm surprised with how little Miraidon saw day 2. Yeah, I did. I caught most of day 2 yesterday. Didn't catch much of day 1, but yeah, Riley, I think players just went so hard against Miraidon this weekend, with it coming off the back of a win in Birmingham. So I was surprised at the amount of Miraidon in Top Cut, and it performed very well over the weekend generally, you know. I thought we'd see more Groudon. And Groudon isn't too bad, but makes sense. I think Kali Ice just, yeah, sweeping through. But yeah, it was a good event, I think. Nice to see, I said earlier, nice to see Justin win and that team do well. Really well put together team. I think there's a lot of like really smart like EV decisions in that team. So it was no surprise when it kind of came out on top. Piloted by 2 very good players, 3 very good players, because there was another one from their team building group that got into, I think, 32 or top 64. Today is the day. I hope so. Try and get a jumbo Jango Mall. Good luck with that, Stefan. I hope you do get lucky with it very soon. I held something new every day to make sure I keep my sanity. That's a good way to keep it. This Deoxys hunt is not helping with my sanity. Corey, calling it now. You'll get Deoxys on 3,333 resets, especially since it's a Gen 3 Pokemon. Wick, that would be perfect. I hope you're right. We're creeping closer to that number. Mighty, I feel... What are we doing? We need to reset that one. Let's sync them up a bit. Okay, there we go. I don't think like that, Mighty. It's not weird at all. Pokemon's life. Love Pokemon Yellow. So faithful to the anime, I feel like I'm receiving my childhood every time I play it. Yeah, and of course it's Jesse and James for Team Rocket are in there as well, which is very cool. So yeah, Dragonite will get a Mega this game, and Mega will be pink. Set it here first. That'd be like the perfect shiny colors for it as well, wouldn't it? I really hope it does. I hope it gets a Mega. Yeah, it's coming from Professor Oak, so it's probably gonna happen. Prof knows the secret source. Wonder how much training groups within VGC affect the meta in terms of some Pokemon almost disappearing between regionals and ICs. Yeah, there is. I think that's such a good question. Where, and it's funny because if you follow Justin on X all week, Justin's been like hyping up, pushing this. The Chinese Sun, the Groudon gouging fire team. Even I was like, yeah, that's what he's going to play this weekend. So when I saw him doing well day one, I was like, oh wow, a team's performing super well. And it wasn't until day two where I was like, wait a minute, he's not even playing the Groudon, he's playing Kali Ice. So I think that can also have a big impact on the lead up. Like you're almost gaslighting the community because like if you're a good player, top player, and you're putting those things out, people are gonna like make sure, well, if it's that good and they're playing it and they've got that belief in it, I need to make sure that they've got a good matchup into it. And then it sends you down a different road where it can make you make different decisions on your team if you have like so much credence to like that sort of thing. So I think you've got to like block out the noise a lot about it. But yeah, you're right though, that a lot of the team building groups probably do have a big impact on how the meta forms, shapes, and goes into, you know, the next event. Also got EUIC. I think there's a couple of regionals over in South America happening over the next couple of weeks, and then it's EUIC, so be interesting to see what comes out of that. But I think these two regionals in particular are going to have a big, like Birmingham, San Antonio, are going to have a big impact of what we see at EUIC. And I don't think Miraidon or Kali Ice will be the restricted that wins that event. What's your hope for the next Terror Raids? Could we get a 7-star Arceus? Randomly changes type every 25% damage. That would be wildly G-Man. I would love to see that. I mean, it would be a banger event, wouldn't it? I think like that. Giratina would be another one I think would be a good 7-star raid. Deoxys would be another one. They do a mythical one. That would be wild. I love the idea of that though with Arceus, where it changes its Terra type. Yeah, every 25% damage. And it can be random. Anytime you go into the raid, it's changing to different out of all the like 18 types. That would make it so tough. So tough, but it would be a great challenge. Okay, have you talked to Elm to get the SS ticket? You need to be in Kanto for the map to show Pewter City to get to Brock's gym. Gouging Fire is such a pain to deal with when you're unprepared in singles. It's so tanky, yeah, and its typing's very good as well. Yeah, it's a very strong Pokemon. I've been playing that, like the Groudon Gouging Fire team a bit on the ladder, and it is very good. It is very good. I think that just its typing in general just makes it so strong. Better Crest, good morning. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Got a lot of shinies from the recent outbreaks. Nice to hear. Got more Famigos than a year of the snake outbreaks and recent chances, Cobbings, Fractures. That's awesome to hear. Amigos are nice shiny as well. Great Pokemon. Congrats, mate. I hope we get another mass outbreak. I was hoping a mass outbreak would have been announced yesterday for this week, but we've got nothing. I said it earlier on in the stream, but I wonder if we're going to get maybe something dropped this week and then events on top of that later in the week, maybe. Andy, can't hate on Justin for that. It's all mind games. Definitely not. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's all part of the game, you know. Like I say, if you take, like, if you hold those opinions and the lead up to an event so highly, then yeah, I think there's obviously a lesson to be learned if that did affect your team building on the lead up to it. The gaslighting. Yeah, it's all part and parcel of it though. Like, I don't think a player really going into an event would ever, like, you've got to think about it logically. Like, is a player that's going in to potentially win an event ever going to reveal what their restrict is going to be? It's going to be found out on the day, but you don't want to give your opponents any more of a heads up than you need to. So I think that's always a good way of looking for it. So fair play to Justin. Like I say, Justin's a really nice guy as well. So it would be no malice in it or anything like that. I just find it quite funny. I think he even said that his opponent that he sat down to play in round one thought that they were going to have a mirror match, because his opponent round one, I think, must have had that Groudon Gouging Fire team. And then for him to be like, nah, no. I brought Kali Ice, which has a pretty good matchup into that team. Got left way too late to try and get the spectator pass for EUIC. Is there none left? Have they literally all sold out? That's so annoying. I wonder if they're going to do another wave. I'll try and find out if they are. Giratina raid, Origin form, and Deoxys raid, which form? Better Crest, my ideal Deoxys raid would be every time the health bar hits an increment, it changes form. So it goes from attack to defense to speed. So it's really difficult to get. And it does that throughout the raid. 3333, not shiny, Corey. This fire red has let us down. Both down. Very, very sad. Maybe it's just a little bit out. Come on, this time. Still orange. When I was a kid, I thought Gyarados' name was Gyarados. Maybe the reason I got bullied in 3rd grade. I mean, Mighty, I don't laugh. That's really horrible that you got bullied, mate. I'm sorry that happened. I don't think the Gyarados name. I like it. I like it. Maybe I'm gonna nickname my Gyarados that from now on. So what would be the new outbreak event, you think? They could do a real spice. There's plenty that they could do, you know. Like, there's still Hisuian Pokemon that they haven't brought across yet. And Alolan Pokemon. Marowak. I was just thinking how good it would be Alolan Marowak, but it's not in the game, so that would never happen. Trying to think what Hisuian form could they do as an outbreak that would be like really cool. What outbreak could they do that would be awesome? We would never do a legendary Pokemon, I don't think, like that, so that would never happen. I'd have to be a regular Pokemon. Ursaluna would be very hype. I mean, I can't see them doing it though, but that would be very cool. Maybe even like Hisuian Growlithe, that would be a cool one to do. No, there was no event announced, and that's what makes me think this week, have they got something that they're going to drop, like a trailer or an announcement or something this week? And why we've had no event announced this week is because they're going to drop something this week, 4 weeks out from Pokemon Day. It could just be a simple break week this week, but also could be a good opportunity to like get the formal going for Pokemon Day, whatever the announcement's going to be, and drop a really small trailer this week maybe, or drop something And then along with that announcement, they're going to drop the events that are running this week, maybe into next week, maybe for the next few weeks if it's a really hype event running up to Pokemon Day, or a series of events. I don't know. But it's just strange that they never announced anything yesterday. Although it could just be a week where we just don't get anything. So that could be an explanation as well. Is EUIC the next tournament? Yes, mate. So that is that like the 17th of February? So it's not long. It's only a few weeks away. It's a week before Pokemon Day. It's very exciting. And then we got the Jumpluff mystery gift Pokemon, which was Marco Silva's Jumpluff that he used to win LAIC, which is awesome. It's not shiny, but it's still a really cool mystery gift Pokemon to get. Marco's Jumpluff. What did I hear the other day? This is really interesting. Okay, I got some source, and I have tried to find information out about it, like scoured the web for it, but I cannot find anything of like to back this up. So I haven't done a video on it, but there's a Japanese content creator I watch, and they dropped a video last week talking about the home update. Now in their video, they have a little screen cap of information about the home update. And again, don't like take this with a grain of salt, but in that like little bit of information that they had, it was all in Japanese as well. I cannot find it anywhere online, so I don't know where it's like come from, but it basically states that the home update will be bringing with it a new reward event, Pokemon reward event to, I don't know what game, it must be Scarlet and Violet, like a Dex completion reward, like we got the Meloetta. But it doesn't say anything about it being for a mythical Pokemon or anything like that. Just a Dex reward update will be coming with that home update, which we're going to get on the 28th. So tomorrow, home goes down tomorrow for a good period of time. So I guess tomorrow we'll be able to find out. And maybe they announce something alongside that home update as well. That would make sense. So maybe that's what we're going to get. Maybe tomorrow is a day where we do get stuff. Open for Hisuian Sneasel. That would be good, wouldn't it? And Spiritomb Outbreaks would be absolutely banger. Red Paldea, White Kitakami, Blue Terrarium. Perhaps they do more animal outbreak events like the snake. Maybe, yeah, that could be something that we see them do. I just hope the ones that they do drop keep the shiny boosted chances. They're always good. I mean, the mark boosts are nice as well, especially if it's like some really rare mark. I just like to hold on to the hope that the last raid for Scarlet and Violet be shiny Koraidon, Miraidon. Yes, I hope so. That would be good. I think that would be a banger. Never melt ice. No way. 17,000 reasons. I know, mate. We're over the mark now. Can't believe we are here. How are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. And Ash, how are you today? I hope you're well. So Soggy, great to see you, my friend. Hope you're all having a great start to your week. An Amorous raid for Valentine's. An Amorous has returned to Pogo this February. That's very true, yeah. An Amorous raid would be amazing. Wonder if an Amorous will be shiny. That would be even wilder, wouldn't it? It'd be such a fitting one for the Valentine's Day stuff. Ash, I hope you're good. Probably Sword and Shield for Keldeo, because they have to release Keldeo shiny in the main games before Pogo. That's very true. Unova is coming. They did it with the shiny. Oh, that's a really good shout, actually. Yeah, shiny Keldeo. Shiny Keldeo is so nice as well, and yeah, it's transferable into Scarlet and Violet. Riley, a Dex reward update for home. Wonder if it's another Meloetta style. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, but because I can't really find where that information is kind of come from, that's why I'm relaying it now. And like I say, take it with a grain of salt, because I couldn't find it for the life of me. But it does make me wonder, like tomorrow or Wednesday, once the update's done, if that update's there implemented. So I expect maybe something. And I guess that adds up then. I'm really diving into the rabbit hole and joining the dots here. With no announcement yesterday, are they going to announce something in regards to this update with home? There's a new Dex reward thing. I pray it's not for the Gen 4 decks, because I have got a lot of work to do for that. That would be, it'd be kind of sad if it was, because I'm so far behind. Maybe I spend the rest of the day just completing all my Dexes in home, just so I'm prepared for it, and then there'll be nothing that'll drop anyway. But yeah, maybe we see something this week. It's kind of exciting because we've had nothing for the longest time, and to think, we could potentially be getting a little trickle of news. Like I said, adds up. If you're going to drop something to kind of get the FOMO started for Pokemon Day, and you need to just kind of maybe announce something, like pre-announce something for a bigger announcement, get the little information out the way now for a bigger announcement later. I feel like this is a good time to do it, because that 4-week lead up time to Pokemon Day gives a lot of people a chance to see it, talk about it, and like I say, the FOMO would be through the roof depending on what they drop. But yeah, also think we need Oddish. Remember when he did that voodoo chant, the shiny appeared exactly there. That is what, yeah, that is very true. Oddish needs to come in and do the voodoo chant, because that was spookily on point. Maybe that's why Deoxys just not shown up. Maybe Oddish is needed for this. It's hidden mythical and Sword and Shield, otherwise Scarlet and Scarlet Violet. That's true, yeah. But Jay, I think you have cracked it. I think we know what the mythical is gonna. I think it will be. It feels like Meloetta just makes too much sense for all of those reasons. Yeah. Doesn't the Meloetta reward say something like reward 1 or 3 or something? Sure, wasn't that somewhere? I'm not too sure. Maybe, Dean. Yeah. It was Happy British Flag Planting Day in 1788 here in Australia the other day. So we had a long weekend for that. That's cool. Happy British Flag Planting Day. That's a wild day. Is that like a public holiday for you guys? Good reason to have the day off. For the heads up, I'll probably check my Pokemon Home before the maintenance tomorrow. I think it'll be updated after the maintenance is finished, but I think it's going to be a long maintenance period. I'm pretty sure it was going to be like 6 hours. I know the last one, when the Shiny Meloetta event got added to Pokemon Home, that was about a 10-hour maintenance period, so that was a long one. So this one's going to be pretty chunky as well. And I imagine as well, the data miners will be able to get in and probably find a bunch of information if there's ZA stuff in there. So if you don't want spoilers, just be kind of aware that there could be stuff in the data mine that kind of indicates things that could be coming up for ZA. But maybe not. Maybe it's still too far out for them to drop ZA stuff in there. Manaphy for BDSP. It's the only mythical that was shiny locked in the game because of the mystery gift. Manaphy for BDSP. It could be. It's wild as well. It's like when you think, they're never going to do anything for those older games. I think China have just done an event for a shiny Arbok and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which is wild. You think, wow, that game's so old now, but they're still they're still doing events elsewhere for those, so it's not out of the realms of possibility. Pokemon Home reward is going to be shiny Cricketune. There we go. Shiny Alpha Cricketune. The former Alpha. I grinded to complete the Arceus decks in Home earlier this year, so that's done. Please don't make me go back to BDSP. That's what I worry about. I think that's the decks that I've done the least in BDSP. And I think for the reason that you only need to see the Pokemon to get the national decks in those games, don't you? So you didn't, there was no incentive to actually go out and catch everything in those games. China did a Melton giveaway. Wow, I missed that. That's wild. Let's go. Melton. Still a mysterious Pokemon. I do wonder if that'll ever get explained where its home region is. Yeah, the BDSP dex is weird because you you just need to see the Pokemon to get the national dex, which I always found wild. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It makes it a bit easier for getting access to like Pal Park and stuff like that. Come on, Deoxys, shine bright like a diamond. Not this time. Nah, shiny Cricketune is lame. Shiny Alpha Bidoof, objectively better. I probably agree with you. A giant Bidoof. We all need one of those in our lives. James, thank you, mate. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. If you are dropping in, if you are enjoying the stream. Even if you're not enjoying the stream, you could leave a like just as a protest. It does help the stream out. Thank you so much to everyone, though, that has dropped a like and supported the stream and just being here. It's so fun. Power. Quick Pokemon nostalgia quiz. What Pokemon move goes woo woo woo? Ting ting ting. Is it like psychic? I want to say psychic because one of the psychic moves feels like it would do that. I'm probably not doing the sound effect justice though. I'd say yeah, psychic from Real World because it's a Pogo technically. Yeah, I guess that's the most logical thing, isn't it? Yeah, Real World ported into the Pokemon world. It's a national day, but we sadly don't celebrate our constitution like other nations do. That's weird and kind of sad as well. Hopefully they change that date, be more inclusive to consider it First Nations people. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, mate? I agree with you. Dina, kind of like how we have no idea where Melton came from. Same as how Coalfish isn't actually from Horn. It was brought to Horn. I think it's Coalfish. Coalfish. That's true, yeah. Where does that reside? We'll probably find out like a Gen 12. It'll be like super Coalfish. And it got weaker because it got taken to Horn out of its home region. Friends, I might need to just take a 5-minute break because I've got a delivery coming and it looks like the delivery man is here. I might need to just go and get it because I think it might be quite a big package. I'll tell you. I can see the guy taking the package out of his van. If it's a large box, I'm gonna have to go and get it, but it'll be literally like 2 minutes. But if it's not a large box, it'll be all right. I feel like it's gonna be a large box though. Nothing exciting either. It really isn't. Come on, delivery man. Did anyone get EUIC tickets? They've missed out. They were released more tickets. I heard there was going to be one more wave, but I'm not really too sure at this stage. I didn't really get a definitive answer, and it was just on the grapevine that I heard they were going to do one more wave. So I'm not too sure unless Arcanine Labs have any more info on that. Let's see. That's not too bad, actually. No, it's not too bad. Doorbell, ring, doorbell. Okay, friends, I will be right. Oh, I can't go now. We've got the shinies coming in. If it's a shiny, then that's a disaster. No shiny, no shiny. No, I don't need to get it. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Panic over. Delivery man will bring you shiny luck. That would be the best delivery. Thank you for my shiny luck. It's 45 degrees here the other day. I swear Switch is going to combust. Sometimes in the summer when I've been playing my Switch handheld and the fan just goes on my OLED version, which I would expect from like my original Switch, but not my OLED. But the fan goes so loud, it's like I can barely hear if you've got the sound on. Like is it broken? Which Pokemon is the most respected and competitive? Respected meaning you always have to prepare to face it majority of the time. It depends which format you're in. I think it would change from format to format, to be honest. It's like when you're double restricted now, single restricted now, I feel like all the restricteds you have to respect. Like in a single restricted format, you can't go in really weak to any one of the restricteds. So you always have to have ways to kind of mitigate what they're trying to do, or kind of be able to get rid of them very quickly. I'd say Miraidon's probably one of the ones that I would say you have to respect, just because of the damage output that Pokemon has under the terrain. Maybe Miraidon, top of the list, I would say at the minute in the current format. I'd say probably have to respect that, because that can just decimate your entire team if you don't have ways to get around it, you know. Whereas some of the other restrictors aren't as punishing. But I mean, when Miraidon, like in terrain, is able to KO pretty much anything in front of it with the right move choice, it becomes a very scary proposition. Mighty, how has that video got 100 million views? That's wild. And with that many views, I don't know how I haven't seen that. And also loving TCG Pocket. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to the new set. We've already said, like, later this week when the set drops, we'll do some openings on the with the new pack. Imagine he's delivering the shiny charm. Yeah, real life shiny charm. We've got it. Miraidon's sheer power is insane. There's multipliers. Yeah, that's what makes it scary. I mean, when it can like knock out an Amoonguss in terrain with like Electro Drift, you have to start to wonder, like, did they do something wrong with this Pokemon? And I think it's going to get more scary. Miraidon will get, I think, stronger with another restricted in a double restricted format. I think other pairings will do very well. Double restricted format's going to be very exciting. I think it'll be a lot more centralizing. I don't think we'll get these as many of the kind of the odd random Pokemon that are popping up on teams to fill a niche for that team, you know, like Rhydon was in day 2 of San Antonio, for instance. I don't think you'll get that sort of thing happening too much in a double restricted format. I think it'll be a lot more centralized, but I do think it'll be a good format. But yeah, Miraidon's crazy. Mungus, Incineroar, Rillaboom, always command respect. Yeah, that's very true, Brian. Yeah, I keep looking for EUIC tickets. Thank you. Hopefully, well, if I hear anything, if I get any info about that, I will let you know as soon as I hear anything. But I haven't heard anything. Like I say, I heard on the grapevine in Birmingham that there was going to be another wave, but that doesn't seem to have happened. So I don't know if there is or if there isn't. Looking forward to see what kind of moves Miraidon and Koraidon will get whenever they drop in TCG Pocket. Yeah, that would be wild. I think these new ones with the Palkia and Dialga, they're gonna be pretty strong. I think they're gonna have a huge impact on the meta. So I need 10 Pokemon to complete the dex. Have 366 hourglasses saved up. Dialga paired with Pidgeot EX is gonna be dead. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. Wow, that is a lot of hourglasses. I thought he was doing well when I had like 100 and I think I got about 150-ish hourglasses saved up. So I was like, I've been doing all right. But yeah, that's like halfway behind where you are. Gonna be able to make a massive dent in this set because it's gonna be a big set. I think Mystical Island was a very small expansion, wasn't it, in comparison? Glad they're finally given the metal type and an accelerator. Yeah, the accelerator that Dialga's got. That ability is crazy, isn't it? Makes you think that like Meltan and Melmetal are going to be pretty good partners for the Dialga with that like energy engine. Do we know what the immersive cards are going to be from the new set though? Because I haven't seen anything outside of the Lucario full art card or the illustration rare card, and then the Palkia and the Dialga stuff. I haven't really seen anything outside of that. I don't know if information's been published though, so go back to watching gameplays of Sonic Generations. Togekiss is going to be in the new set. Oh, that's wild. That's very cool. Oh, it'll be amazing if we got a immersive Togekiss card. Although it feels like the immersive cards are being kept for like the big hitters, isn't it? Yes, Spraggles. I think Spraggles will be in EUIC. Well, Spraggles will definitely be in EUIC. Yeah, he's doing well with that channel. That channel's popped off since TCG Pocket came out. He's a very nice bloke as well. Content Cowboy. Which BB Elite is your favorite? Probably Drayton. Am I allowed to say Drayton? Yeah. I know what I need from that set. Full art Cynthia. Oh yes, power. Definitely. Hope there has to be a Garchomp in that set, so I hope the Garchomp's good as well. Resident Content Cowboy. I hear it in my head. It's such a good tagline, isn't it? Because of the Cynthia support card, helps with Garchomp and Togekiss, works the same as Blaine support. Oh wow. Okay, that's going to be a strong one. That would be actually a really good immersive card if they ever did a trainer card as an immersive. The Cynthia one, because you could kind of like have it immersive going into like a Cynthia battle as she's like the champion at the end of the Elite Four. That'd be very cool. By Drayton. I don't know. The way that Drayton, like, I shouldn't say this, but the way he kind of gaslights Kieran in the Blueberry Academy. It sounds really bad that I'm like, yeah, Drayton. But I like Drayton as a character because I think like he obviously was like the strongest trainer in that area. Kieran came along, like knocked him down a peg or two, and he was very bitter about it. But I think like as a character, you could see how his character will develop from someone you dislike into someone that you kind of do like, because they have that like, how many times have I said like in that sentence? Sorry. But how many times, I guess, he's going to have that determination to kind of keep coming back, keep trying to get better, or that drive to keep getting better. I don't know. But yeah, there's that one scene where he bends down and like just Kieran is unhinged. I can't remember what he says. It's something like future ex-champ or something like that. And Kieran just has a meltdown and breaks down. And it's like the most brutal moment I think I've seen in any sort of Pokemon game. It's like, wow, okay. He's a character that you like to, I like to hate, you know, but I like at the same time. Immersive Cynthia card will make players live their PTSD entering this, that's it now, yeah. Can you imagine? It'd be a good one to do though. Finally found Snorlax. Nice. I'm at Lavender Town. Snorlax. Imagine if it's a shiny, Liam, when you get it. You might have already like encountered it. Say White Stripe Basculin. Basculin. Yeah, David. How many times? White Stripe Basculin. Sonic Colors is one of my favorite games of all time. I have Sonic Colors. I don't think I do. Still got Battle Frontiers to play. Oh no, Frontier, just Frontiers. Don't know why I got Battle Frontiers from. This is the reset. Hopefully, come on. Yeah, the ex-champion. I don't think I'll ever forget that scene though. Unhinged Kieran. But I like Kieran as a character as well. So the interactions that you have with like Kieran, I'll always enjoy, because I like the development from Kieran when he was first introduced in the Teal Mask, how he developed into the Indigo Disc, and then the full circle that Kieran came towards the end of that DLC. So it'd be nice to see Kieran make a return in future, and the Carmine kind of interactions with all of the other characters. Character building in Paldea for me though was very good. I think they did a good job. You've reached the point in your shiny hunt where you're bartering. I have to reach that point with shiny Roman. Yeah, come on. Well, we are well and truly in the thick of this now. So I do have that, like, I wonder when we're gonna get it, but every day I do have that little glimmer of hope that today could be the day that Deoxys does show up. Which is your favorite teacher? Did you not attend your classes? I attended all of them. Who's my favorite teacher out of the academy? I'm trying to think if one stands out above any of the others. I don't really know if I like had a favorite teacher, to be honest. They were all just pretty the same as each other. Yeah, I don't know. Pavel maybe, because he did the whole weird Clive thing. Maybe I'm stretching here. I don't really know if I had any of the teachers were like that. I was like, I could take them or leave them, you know. They didn't really have much of a huge impact on my experience. I don't feel like Drayton too, which is Kieran, even though he was a bit of a bully, not as much as a bully as Carmine when you meet. Yeah, that's very true. And I feel like the tables turned. Like Drayton was probably the bully, then Kieran came and then bullied Drayton. So I feel like because of that, Drayton maybe got like an understanding of what it felt like to be in that position. But then rather than have that kind of like, I relate to Kieran now because I know the position that he's in and I know how it felt, what I was doing to others, he just prodded a bit more with Kieran to kind of get that revenge, which is not the best thing, but you've got to hope that, I think the interactions in the club room as well help explain a lot of like the characters' ethics afterwards as well, which is something that I liked, and it added to the whole feeling of the game, you know. Character development is so good in Scarlet and Violet that made me root for the bike lizard. They did a lot of really good character like that. Yeah, the one thing that I really wish we had in Scarlet and Violet was voice acting. I just think that is like the missing piece. If we had that, I think it would have just rounded off. I mean, I really enjoyed Scarlet and Violet overall. I did think the end of the Indigo Disc DLC was pretty weak and it could have been better, like it was rushed. There's so much in that DLC that I feel was shown and teased to be part of the story, but never really explained, like the tree. And I think how the Terrapagus thing ended down there, and then there was not really much of Area Zero, the depth of Area Zero to explore, and I was kind of hoping that we get more of that. But overall it was good, enjoyable. So video the other day that listed the 5 stage shinies of hunting. I don't remember them exactly. They were incredibly accurate. The 5 stages, yeah, the start, the hopeful. I'd like to see that video, James. Yeah, be interesting. Pavel was pretty significant in the story, so it makes sense. Yeah, probably the only one that I would say comes to mind. What about yourself though? Who's it for you? Deadly Tiger, thank you so much. I hope today is the day. Damn, when I caught Lugia, I would scream the house down with excitement. I caught him on my 20th try, and he's immune to Pokeballs. That's Silver Wing as well. And used Ultra Balls, 36 Ultra Balls later. Yeah, the Pokeballs just seem to bounce off it. No, such a nice feeling though, mate. Changed my band to selfie of my avatar and the rest of Paldea crew during the epilogue. Kieran was smiling, so that was an extra detail. By the way, I love the epilogue. The epilogue was that was such a good little feature as well, wasn't it? It's sad that it got spoiled though, because it got like data mined because of the item, and then we knew what it was all about. But it was really cool. It was I like that little feature. Thought it was really nice. I'd love them to kind of continue doing more features like that in future. Yeah, Rich, I'm with you on that. So much Area Zero, so unknown. Still, it would make, I guess, it sets the groundwork for them to do a Legends game of Paldea in the future. Legends Zero, where it's all about Area Zero. Dean, honestly, I'm so ready to be done with Scarlet and Violet and move on to the next gen. I'm with you on that. I've had a great time with Scarlet and Violet, but I'm ready for something new. I think we'll have a little while to wait for Gen 10 though. But we got Zia to look forward to, so that hopefully will fill a year before Gen 10. You never know. There might be the curveball where the Pokemon Day comes around and they're like, Gen 10's coming out in November. I doubt it though, but you never know. I think Gen 10 will be, in my opinion, November 26 when we get Gen 10, which is a long way away. I wonder how Kieran lose to Nimona in the epilogue though, considering he's the strongest in the BB Academy. Yeah, I know, right? And it kind of makes you think that I'd like to see Nimona go to the Blueberry Academy and see how she does there. She'd have a great time. So many trainers to battle. Scarlet and Violet suck. New game already. Professor Oak, I respect your opinion, but I can't get behind it. I really loved Scarlet and Violet. 100%. You'll play as a member of Heath's expedition in Legend Zero. That would be wild, Riley. Like, you start the game off by helping Heath's investigations into Area Zero, and then the meat of the game is when you actually take the expedition down there. That'd be so good, because you could have time travel forward somehow and like go to the Crystal Pool area and go into the future and see, I guess, things as they unfolded in Scarlet and Violet. If I come across the video that mentioned the 5 stages of Shining Heart, I'll tweet you. Oh, thank you, May. I appreciate that. The person was hunting for something. I just happened to include it in that list. A bit hard to search. No, that's fine, mate. No worries. Sounds interesting, though. If you do come across it, send it my way. Yeah, I think Gen 10 is 30th anniversary for sure. Yeah, which makes me think, like, there's a part of me that's almost like, would they release it this November? Because then it would be like in its first year in the 30th anniversary, which will be 2026. Because if they release it November 26, you're kind of it's only out for like 2 months of that 30th anniversary year. So you're not really going to be celebrating the new generation in that 30th anniversary. Whereas if you release it this year, it's the complete opposite of that, where you've got Gen 10 out for the entirety of the 30th anniversary year. But I don't know how much that really matters, you know. But I think logically it probably makes more sense if Zia is coming out this year and it's a big project that they've been working on, that Gen 10 comes out the following year in that 30th anniversary year. Because I guess they're going to have lots of other things that they'll be able to do for the 30th anniversary to celebrate that year, and they don't necessarily need a new generation, although it would definitely help. Get a Gengar shiny. Ready for that mega evolution, Liam. That's what you need. Maybe you can have a Paldea Legends game set during the time of the kingdom, that the treasure room. Yeah, that would have to be. I feel like that would be a time period that would have to be covered with the king and the rune legendaries, and them getting, maybe the end of the game shows them getting imprisoned, you know. I think we'll get the release date of the year though announced on Pokemon Day. I think they'll drop that. It would make sense that we get that date. I hope it's not one of these vague dates though, like spring 2025 or summer 2025. I hope they give us an exact date with when it's dropping. I don't want a 3-month period where I'm like, it could be any time in there. I need to plan things for the rest of the year, so it'd be good to know when it's coming out. Buggy game, there is a big patch of the match that is unplayable. In the open world, it's not that open. I applaud the effort, but the end result is not great. I care about the end result more. That's fair enough, mate. They're fair points. And not really any that you can argue against. And the Switch 2, yes. I'm praying that, like, I don't know if any of you guys entered the draws to go to the play days where they're doing the test days for the Switch 2, and you can go along and you get like an hour slot to go in, experience the Switch 2 hands-on with some of the new titles for it, or maybe older games played on it. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that I get lucky and get a ticket for the one up in London. It'd be so good to just go along and just try it out, see it in the flesh, because I think they're doing those before the Pokemon Direct in April. Rich, can't believe you're over at 20k now. Surely has to be before 3 times over odds. I know, mate. I'm hoping. 3 times over odds just feels like we shouldn't be getting there. Wish we can transfer our shiny Rayquaza early in PLCA since we can go Mega Evolve. That would be wild, wouldn't it? Yeah. It'd be nice to have that like home compatibility a bit earlier than we normally get, because we normally have to wait a while before like we get the home update for those newer games. Aaron, Deoxys at 17,171. We're getting close to that now. 20 away on our Leaf Green. Elder Scrolls 6 or Gen 10. What's more hyped? Gen 10, Marcus. How are you doing as well, mate? Hope you had a good weekend. Good to start to the week as well. Great to see you as always, mate. I gotta say Gen 10 though, because I'm like, I don't know. I think Gen 10 is gonna be a very, 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 very good game. I'm excited to see what they do for it. I think it'll be bigger and better than Scarlet and Violet. What I didn't like the most in Scarlet and Violet is how they removed the expressiveness of your Pokemon. Sun Shield, they smile, get angry, interact. Yeah, they feel a bit lifeless. I know what you mean. Yeah, there's like definitely things that they had in Sword and Shield that they like that they just for some reason didn't continue doing for whatever reason. It's weird because they have like the camps in Sword and Shield as well, which are kind of like, I guess, reinvented for Scarlet and Violet, but they took away a lot of the features that were good from Sword and Shield. Whether that came down to development time or not, why they did it the way they did. Draconified, how are we doing this morning? I hope you're well. Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you had a good weekend. You know, I honestly can't handle the NPCs in Scarlet and Violet. They look ridiculous. They're locked in a battle and that granny just cycles it. Oh, the duplicate grannies. Yeah, I used to think the same about Sword and Shield in the stadium, because there was always the one male NPC character that would always be doing that. It used to wind me up all the time, especially casting so much in that game, and I used to think, oh, they could have just changed the stadium slightly. But yeah, I think Scarlet and Violet's way worse, the grannies, because there's like 3 of them around every battlefield, because they're not stadiums, all doing the same thing. Just a copy and paste job. You're gonna find them at 940 soft resets for Roger Gigas. No luck. Gotta be getting close to that shiny. Good luck with the resets for the rest of the day, and I hope you do get it soon. I hope you get it before 1,000. Keep us up to date though, my friend. And you all the shiny luckily got shiny Deoxys on Go last week, so you deserve the luck doing it the hard way. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate that, and congrats on getting it in Go as well. Such a nice shiny. Will you keep it in Go, or are you going to trade it over to Scarlet and Violet? Mighty said it before, but I played Violet mid-December when a big patch came out, and if I'm being honest, I only encountered one visual bug. I only really had one bug, and I think it was on stream. It was after the teal mask dropped. I don't know if any of you were here for the shiny hunt when we did the Sinister shiny hunt, and I reloaded the save file because I think our shiny sandwich had run out, so our sparkling power run out, so we restarted the game to set up another sandwich for another 30 minutes. When I reloaded the game, the player, like my character, was just dropping through the floor. So it would drop through the floor and then it would come back onto screen. It would just continually drop through the floor. And that's the only real glitch I've had in the game. I've had it crash a few times, which randomly is annoying because I'll lose like all my progress up to that point. I guess that's my fault for not having auto saves on. But I mean, who has auto saves on if you're doing any sort of shiny hunting in those games? But overall, I've not really had anything too bad happen, so it could have been a lot worse, I think. I miss walking in homes. Me too. I think that's one of the big things from Scarlet and Violet, that you just can't go into buildings and there's everything's like a cardboard cutout, basically. Just a film set with no substance in the background. And that does, when you look back at the older games in particular and you think, wow, there's so many like hidden like little Easter eggs everywhere in these older games, in like different houses, different NPCs that you can just go and interact with. And they've just got none of that in Scarlet and Violet, which is a little bit sad. Yeah. Traded over to Scarlet and Violet. Yes, James. Nice. Make sure to head down to Porto Marinada to get those. I don't know what the item's called for Deoxys in Scarlet and Violet. You can change its forms. That guy that gives you dig in Cerulean City literally lets you walk straight through a crime scene. Yeah, basically. Yeah, we don't get any of that, like those golden moments in any of the recent Pokemon games. Gone are the days of checking bins for a great ball. The good times. All the older generations when we were bin diggers. That's why I don't like to play games on release, since probably the game has a bunch of bugs that will most likely get patched later. That's true. Hopefully though, with the time that they've had, the extra time, we won't get those issues occur going forward. I'm sure there'll be like things that are missed, but like you get that with everything these days, don't you? Junior Soul Cron Cow. How are we doing today? It was really fun exploring the world, but the towns were very forgettable because there's no reason to stay. There's just no character to the towns as well, and the NPCs, I think, where they are dotted around are just so generic and almost feel copy and pasty, don't they, with just a different skin on them. The map also unfortunately looks artificial with the different biomes just welded together to give us different types of Pokemon instead of the land feeling like a natural landscape. I guess it is though in one way. I will just in its defense say that it is kind of a man-made structure, so I guess in that respect, that for me it didn't come across like that to me. I guess because I felt like the biome is man-made, so it has that kind of man-made feeling where it is very sculpted rather than natural, you know. But I get those opinions for sure. Just look at Cyberpunk. The game was bashed by the public for being broken, and they fixed the bugs, and most people give it a second chance. A lot of them loved the final product. It's true. It's true. I think the things that are wrong with Scarlet and Violet now are just going to be there forever. I don't think they're going to patch anything. I mean, they could, if they want a money grab, they could almost do an enhanced version for the Switch 2, which could like patch things up, but who knows if they're going to want to sink time into doing that. I don't know if they will. I don't feel like they need to, though. From a business standpoint, it probably makes more sense concentrating on future projects. Scarlet and Violet felt like the next step in what we saw on the Switch. We had the experimental open world Wild Area and Sudden Shield. We had the dynamic movement in PLA. I'm keen to see what's next. Synchro, maybe, mate. You're right, though. It's all like little steps, isn't it? And then moving towards, hopefully, what we'll get in Gen 10. I think the Synchro machine, though, will definitely make a return. I'd be surprised if we don't see it in ZA. It's almost a part of that initial trailer that we got when we're following the Pikachu. And then you come to a part where it's the courtyard where you see the Aegislash and the Sylveon. It almost looks like the Sylveon could be, the animation in that trailer could be the Sylveon being activated in a synchro kind of mode, and then you follow the Sylveon around the town after that, you know. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a hint at it, a very loose hint. I meant the Paldean map, the BB terrarium biomes I can understand, but then again, okay, so the Paldean map, yeah, where one area just immediately stops and goes into another without any kind of progression into it, like the mountain areas and things. Like there's not a single town that you walk in Paldea that gives you the same feeling as when you walk into Ekritik City and instantly feel like, yeah, that's very true. You just don't get that same feeling. Yeah, the Synchro machine I think is a big fan favorite, which I would feel like it has to be. Like this is the test, the sandbox for that feature and what you'll be able to do with it in future. Today's the day, Sam. I hope you're all right. Really do. Praying today's the day. Come on, Deoxys. Just this one time we need it to shine. It's gonna be one of those where I'm like, in years to come, I'm gonna be like, wasn't that Deoxys hunt real funny? Went on for a year. We ended up doing 20x amount of 1,000 resets. It's good that we got it though. It's all about the journey. It's all about the journey. Johnny, how are we doing, mate? Good to see you. How are you doing, mate? Hope you had a nice weekend. I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing all right. What have we been up to? We're stuck in this perpetual torment of shiny Deoxys hunt. No, I've been all right, mate. I did go to Birmingham Regionals last weekend. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before, which is a lot of fun. But other than that, mate, I've been pretty housebound with my ankle being busted up. But it's on the mend, so I'm getting a bit more out and about, which is good. How about yourself, though, mate? Is the shiny actually in this game, John? I came into this knowing it was, but now, because we've been hunting for it so long, there is that question mark. I'm like, is it though? Is it here? But all those videos I've seen of people hunting it in these games, just fake. I've been gaslit. And it's just not there. What I'm trying to say is that the frustration with the bugs on release, but I can share it since I haven't experienced 90% of the bugs, even if I was playing on my Switch. Yeah, that's very true, mate. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Do you reckon it's worth dropping it? Like, I've just thought about this. I come into the game every time and I'm just going to drop a new save on both of them. Just for the sake of it. Just because I think it's here. Yes. It's because we've had no luck with any of them. There we go. Okay. Right. That might do the trick. You never know. It's probably going to have no impact at all, but these little things, for some reason in my head, will make it possible for us to potentially get the shiny. Maybe those saves that we were on were just stopping us. There's no logic to this. There is no logic to this. Olio, did you ever get shiny Celebi through the virtual console Pokemon? I did, yeah. We got it very early on. We got in like at 1,300 resets, so around that number. We were very lucky with it. So it's actually a lot of cool teams this time around in Reg G. I want to try that weren't a thing last time. That's very true. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's like popping up. I mean, the Tang team that won this weekend, San Antonio, very cool team. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to try. I want to try out the Eternatus team. I haven't really played around with. That's probably one of the only things I haven't played around with. Lugia as well. I don't know what I'll play for the global challenge this week. I want to just create something really, really janky and best of Warney. It can potentially do well, but I don't know what just yet. Decided to pick up my Lugia Hunt BDSP after several months. Got it in 1,400 resets. That's amazing, Igor. Congrats, my friend. That is awesome to hear. That's a good amount of resets as well for BDSP. What a great shiny though. Lugia. That moment that it popped up must have felt so good as well. Especially if you had a break and came back to it. The right decision. Doing good. The weekends are now completely full, but I won't have any other way. Oh mate, oh, it's good to hear you're doing all right. And do you think you'll get out to any events this year? EUIC? Your weekends are full, I'm guessing. Kind of not, which is sad, but good to hear you're doing all right though, mate. I think it's safe to use Pokemon from home. I'm missing so many legendaries, and home seems like the only way you can get them from comp. Yeah, that's super fine. Like, as long as the Pokemon were caught legitimately, you'd be able to use them completely fine. Yeah, I think for the global challenge as well, I think the hack check would just be the same as the hack check that you have to play the online ranked ladder. So do a test with the team on the ladder before you enter the tournament. With that, like, you complete the sign up and you should be fine. If there's any issues with the Pokemon, I guess it would show then. So that's probably a good way to test. Someone on Reddit got shiny Deoxys after 14,538 encounters in leaf green. Must be the game, Sam. It must be the leaf green effect. I wonder how many, like, what's the most resets someone's done? I can imagine someone's probably had to go like 30,000, maybe more resets for the Deoxys on these games. I've got Zekrom on my second soft reset on Ultra Moon. That's what I like to hear, mate. For Zekrom as well. Oh man, that took me so long to get. Ultra Moon. That was a brutal hunt. Speaking of global challenges, how many games are you playing for it? I'm not too sure, Riley. It depends how it goes. So I'm only going to be able to play on the Friday and the Sunday. I can't do any games really on the Saturday. Maybe on the Saturday evening, but so it depends. I probably got a score in mind that I'll probably hit, and then I'll probably stop playing. But I don't know as well, because I'm not going for a Worlds invite this year. So it might be one of those where I just keep going until I'm like happy. If it's going well, of course. If it's going bad, then I don't know. I'll end up playing all of the games if I can to try and claw a decent score, or maybe just yeah, we'll see. If it's going badly, I might just give up and be like, this was a bad team idea, it didn't work. But yeah, I'll see. I don't know. See, I won't travel much for events, unfortunately. With wedding, honeymoon, and side projects, I don't have much time to practice. Yeah, all important life things, mate. That's fine. You're gonna save it for next season. But I'm very exciting though, mate. You've got all that coming up this year. That's extremely exciting. Very happy for you, mate. Probably wouldn't use randomly traded Pokemon from home at any rate. Yeah. What Caleb's saying is probably a good idea. Any randomly traded Pokemon I wouldn't use in official tournaments like regionals or internationals. It's just not worth the risk. You don't know where they came from. You can't really say like for certainty, and you don't want to rock up to a tournament thinking that it's legit and then it not, and you getting that Pokemon taken off your team, especially if it's restricted as well. Nose Horse, how are we doing today? Got over 11,100 resets for Reg Eyes this weekend, just slowly climbing up. And no shiny yet. Oh, mate, it's gonna have to drop soon. Doesn't it end Thursday? Sign-ups end Thursday. So Thursday midnight UTC, and then the tournament starts. Well, sign-ups end 23:59 Thursday UTC, and then it begins midnight UTC Friday and runs through till Sunday. That's why I ran from my certain subreddits and Twitter. Could not stand the negative aura, echo chamber, and those places. Yeah, I'm with you on that, mate. Next season will probably be played on another game, right? Or am I mixing up release dates? I think it'll still be Scarlet and Violet. Who knows, though? I guess we'll have a better idea on that, Johnny, on Pokemon Day. Got to register your team. Yeah, I need to decide quickly. Like, I've got a couple of teams that I would like to play. But I do need to... Like, if I want to create something just random, then I'm going to have to create it next couple of days and then lock it in. I don't know what I want to play, though, to be honest. Kali Ice seems like something I would enjoy playing with. Pretty solid. Obviously, Justin coming off the back of a good win at the weekend with it. I'm probably over Terrapagos for the time being. I think I'll still keep working on Terrapagos as a team build, but I'm probably not going to play it in the global challenge, to be honest. Groudon, Kyogre, they could be fun. But maybe something like Lunala might be a lot of fun as well, or Lugia. But Lugia will be really slow to play, so I don't know if I'm like definitely keen on that in a best of one. And I think with it being so slow paced, Lugia, it would be really, really hard mentally playing that amount of games over a short period of time with it, even though it is best of one. So I don't know. I think Kyogre is a good shout though. Be very careful that I wasn't looking at the screen to see the sparkles catch with Master Ball before resetting, so I know it hasn't shined at all. That's a good, yeah, that's a really good way to do it, mate. Just to make sure, because it's so subtle of a shiny, isn't it? I'd be worried. I think it's probably one of the most subtle out of that collection that you can get in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I always think Zapdos was, but I think Zapdos is quite obvious when the shiny comes in, because you've been staring at the regular one for such a long time. Zekrom as well, the eyes give it away, don't they? But Regice is so subtle. Is the last shiny hunt you're doing for a while? Is this the last shiny hunt you're doing for a while? Well, as soon as we've done this, we can actually jump into... We started a Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Shiny Oni Nuzlocke. We've got a team of 5 on there, and we're about to go and get our 3rd gym badge, so we will jump straight into that, which would be a lot of fun. Have you seen the Tang team? Yes, that Kali Ice Roaring Moon team is insane. I loved every game they played. Yeah, it's very strong, mate. Have you seen the EV spread on the team as well? I think Justin accidentally shared the rental for the team. So the EVs are out in the wild. The team EVs, very smart EV training for like how the team functions, I think, going into that tournament. Really cool team though. Yeah. Looking at everywhere and still can't find a shiny Ditto. Argentina kid. It's a really tough one. I've never had any luck finding shiny Ditto myself in Scarlet and Violet either. I think the best play is dropping a Sparkling Pile level 3 normal sandwich by the lighthouse next to Porta Marinada. And then that area going down to the lighthouse, just is it the left analog trigger where you can highlight the Pokemon, see if they're a Ditto, and then use the Let's Go function to attack it. If it doesn't, then it's shiny. If not, that was probably, I think that's probably one of the most effective ways to hunt Ditto, but I've spent hours without any luck. Not stress enough that you should leave at least one copy of Deoxys and Hot Gold Soul Silver copy as a special Pokemon for your shiny letters. That is a good idea. I would love to do that, actually. If you guys are down for that, we could do it. We could probably set the bar at like after, we can only use it after a certain gym badge is acquired, but that would be very cool. I really enjoyed Dower's team. I mean, they played incredible. Their team was awesome. The innovation there, I just love it. I love that. The stealth rocks, the yawn dorzo, and then it just paves the way. It's so awkward and horrible to play against for the opponents. And then the Kali Shadow. It's probably one of the best, one of my favorite Kali Shadow teams I've seen in Reg G. Like, hands down. Yeah. I was definitely like rooting for that team to win, really. The times that I'd seen them playing, I just like the team in general, you know. I just like the ideology of that team and how it worked and the interactions with it. And the for sure hit onto Justin's Among Us was quite funny. So yeah, I echo exactly what you're saying, Riley. Amazing team, amazing team building as well. Did you ever get shiny Heracross? We did, Caleb. We got a female shiny Heracross, so it was like the perfect Heracross. The only thing it missed was the guts ability, but can't really be too picky. But yeah, we got it. So that's, and I've EV trained it, so it will outspeed the Miltank, Whitney's Miltank, so we won't even have to worry about random stomp flinches. We can just stomp on Whitney. Yeah, so that's why I want to get back to it and play it. And then I think we'll do the whole game right up to Red Mount Silver. Haven't seen the EVs, but I got a good idea of retro engineering the team from the games. I think if you check out Talon VG, like Cedric's channel, Talon VGC, I think Talon already has the Poker Piss with the EV spread on there, so you can check that out if you're interested. Anyway, did you ever get the shiny? Yes, we did. I came across my shiny Ditto at the lighthouse by accident. No save before or nothing, but managed to catch it. Luckily, that's nice, James. I love that. Yeah, I'd love a shiny Ditto. I think in a, especially for competitive now, like Ditto's just so strong in a restricted format, especially single. Maybe, what's the argument? Is it better in a single restricted or double? I think it's good in both, really. But yeah, having a shiny one would be nice. Traded mine to Billa, the one I got in BDSP from the chaining method. I need to get that back. I need to go now. Bye everyone. Shiny breeding in Crystal is not going to do itself alone. Mighty, good luck my friend with the Crystal hunts, and I hope you get some shinies very quickly. But thanks so much for coming by the stream today. Have a great rest of your day, mate, and I'll hopefully catch up with you soon. Also got shiny Ditto at the lighthouse on my first picnic reset as well. Wow, first picnic reset. I got that on that sandwich. That's amazing. That is amazing. I think I'm up to about 9 sandwiches hunting before I give up last time, so I just had no luck at all with it. Do you think they'll ever remake Gen 2 games again? They'll keep the double region in it. I hope they do. It would be great to see that game on the Switch. I'd love to see it in like a 3D version of Hawk Gold Soul Silver. I was hunting a zero speed Among Us in Scarlet and Violet and randomly came across a shiny Zoroark disguised as a mushroom and just wanted to check its IVs and got myself a nice prize instead. That's awesome, mate. Shiny Zoroark. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer shiny Zoroark or shiny Hisuian Zoroark? I would probably say I prefer just regular Zoroark. Shiny. I think the black and the blue I really love. And I hope you're having a good, nice, relaxing lunch break, mate. Just hack it in, dude. It's too easy though, and we're so deep into it now. We can't do that. Keep watching Pokemon TCG battles and love the competitive scene. Only issue is building decks, yeah, and buying the cards, I think. But otherwise, it's I'm with you on that. Shadow, Glimmer, and Life Sage. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. It's been a while since I've been able to catch a live stream. It has. Hope you've been doing good and had a nice weekend. More immediate time frame and had a good start to the week so far. But we're still here, going after the Deoxys. Are you using the 16 count method for shiny ditto? I should use that method, but I've just been wandering around doing loops around that area where the lighthouse is, right up to the top and then back down again with no success, and like using the let's go function. Does the overworld spawn? No, it doesn't, Dean. Be nice if it did. If that the sprite showed up as the yellow, and you'd be like, we've got it. But no, you have to wait until the battle starts. Pursuing is cooler to me. I just love that typing. The typing is way better, isn't it? Yeah. Popular opinion. Don't like Zoroark. That's fine. That's fine. It's not everyone's bag. Are you going to EUIC? I'm assuming you are due to casting. I will be at EUIC. I will be there. That is all I can say. So yes, I'm looking forward to the event though, as always. Shiny female Eevee is also another hard to get shiny. Yeah, very difficult. An Eevee outbreak would be nice. I mean, that would be a good outbreak event that they could do. If they did a special mass outbreak event, an Eevee outbreak event. Kind of falls in line with Prismatic Evolution as well, coming out for TCG recently. So that would be good though. With boosted shiny chances, because they did one for boosted marks, didn't they? We did get an Eevee outbreak event, I think, but it was boosted marks, wasn't it? And they did all the different marks that had the different increased chances, but I don't think we got boosted shiny chances for those. Wishing you luck. Get it soon. Death Horse, thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. We had special Eevee events with marks, yeah. Just did 2 TCG pocket battles and 1 against Charizard EX deck and Celebi deck with my Mewtwo deck. Very happy, nice. That is awesome. 2 the toughest decks. I still love playing the Celebi deck. I love the mirror with Celebi as well. It's like who can get their superior setup first. Basically win. Yeah, Mewtwo deck's still so strong though, isn't it? I don't see it going away anytime soon. During my first Scarlet and Violet playthrough, I got a random full odds Grimer at the lighthouse. That's a nice shiny to get. Shiny Grimer. Yeah, odds of shiny were not boosted beyond that of the outbreak, and 8 marks were 5%. Still a nice event. Does anyone else struggle with planning other shiny hunts while in the middle of a hunt? Like, I'm hunting for shiny Romas and Hot Gold Soul Silver. I also want to hunt the Kanto starters at the end of the game. Yeah, so I sometimes feel like that, mate. I think it's just... It's difficult when you're kind of in the middle of a long hunt and you're like... lining up those other ones. Or it's almost something I try not to do, because I feel like lining up those next hunts almost makes the hunt that you're doing at the moment feel like it's dragging, you know, because you're doing nothing. It's a bit like with the Hot Gold shiny lock that we're doing at the minute. It's like I just want to jump in and play that, which is making this hunt drag on a little bit more than I probably would do normally. I know we've done a lot of resets, but it does feel like I just want this to end now because I want to jump into that. Whereas if I didn't have that already planned out and there to do, I don't think I'd have that like massive urge for this to be done. I mean, I would, but you know, it makes it a bit worse. Speaking of boosted shiny, I caught 2 shiny Viper last Horde event. Actually, criminal how cool that Pokemon is. I know, Johnny. We needed to get a Mega in ZA. It needs one. It deserves one, or a regional form or something. It does. It's a very cool Pokemon. I love it. One of my biggest regrets is not taking advantage of the Eevee outbreak event from however long ago. Shiny Eevee is so cute. Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. I went after the marks and not going after the shinies when they would have been easy to get. So yeah, it would be nice if we got another Eevee outbreak event in game for the shinies though this time. So annoying, like 20 coin. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's It's an awful deck to play against if your opponent gets that superior setup early on and they're just loading the energy and you think, yeah, 50 coin flips later, they're like, how? Nothing's living. Or if you're playing that, I've had it so many times where I'll play that matchup and I'll have like 3 energies on, so I'll have a bunch of coin flips and I'll get like 1 heads. And then my opponent does it with less energies and gets like every flip is a heads, and I'm like, just lose my Celebi and the game's just done. You're like, this is not fair. Coin flip decks aren't always my favorite, but that's definitely one I don't mind too much. I'd 100% see Pika and Eevee coming back. I do think we should get Basculin Outbreak though. Perfect mon for it. Yeah, that would be very cool, wouldn't it? I'd love that. I've hunted for the longest time for the White Stripe Basculin Outbreak in Kitakami and just never seen it in my game. It's a bit like the Cyndaquil though. It only has like 1 spawn spot. I guess the Feebas is like that, but I feel like the Feebas is way easier to get than the Basculin. Wish I had my old games, I could try and shiny hunting them, but sadly oldest games I have is Sword and Shield. Oh. Hopefully soon, those horse, we do get those classic games on the Switch. They port them somehow, you know, Virtual Console, something like that. Misty's always the same, always get those tails. Yeah, oh man, so many times I'll play those like Articuno EX or Stormy EX decks and Misty will pop up like turn 1 and I am praying that my opponent gets nothing but tails on that first flip. I'm like, yeah, there's been some times that I've played and it's like 6 heads in a row and I'm like, oh well, that's GG, let's forfeit this, because there's no way you can even get set up then. It's such a strong deck though. I think for that reason, like if you win the coin flip and go first and you pull the Misty, you get those coin flips right, it's GG basically straight away. You can stop the draw engines, you can just stop those big hitters from doing anything. That's what I really want. My unlikely hope is it's not tied to Nintendo Online. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I prefer them to be like standalone Virtual Console, just purchases on the eShop where we can just buy them as individual games. The dream would be to buy a physical version of those games as well. I wonder if they would do it. Like, I wouldn't be too sad if they did, because I think with the Virtual Console games, you could buy them like a physical copy, but it would be like a download code inside the box. But you could still buy the box that was for like the 3DS and stuff like that. So if they did something similar to that for the Switch, I'd probably buy. It's such a waste of plastic though, isn't it? Really should think about the environment with that. Wasn't so bad with the 3DS Virtual Console games because they were cardboard. Not that it's any better, but yeah, just having the physical copy of them. A cartridge would be the best though. Remember pulling Misty and I got 3 tails in 3 matches. That is brutal. Scarlet and Violet Outbreaks burnt me out on that game. I'm back hunting Dynamax Adventures for the time being. Nice. It's a nice alternative. What's your current target, David? Just to end this thought, I don't really care about of a mega or regional form. I want a pre-evolution Super to be boosted in some way. Good ability and decent stat spread. I mean, what's them to stop them doing like a pre-evolution and then giving Viper just a bit of a rebrand, right? And just distributing those stats differently, giving it a few more base stats here and there, giving it a really strong ability. I mean, if they give it Intimidate, just give it its move pool a little bit of a makeover. You could make it a really strong Pokemon. Its base stats aren't terrible. Glad they took a week off. Potentially, maybe taking a week off, David. You never know. You might get something this week. We may do. Thought Crystal was out on the online membership. No, it's not, mate. They've done no Pokemon, no main series Pokemon games on the membership. Crystal's only on the 3DS Virtual Console. Zygarde when I have a few people following Latias now. Nice, nice. I do need to do the Zygarde at some point, so that would be fun to come back to. They probably don't want to sell the virtual console copies on the Switch now because supposedly eShop is permanent. Yeah, that's true. So whenever you buy, you'll always have it there and resell it for another console down the road. Yeah, that's true. I hope that's not the case though. I feel like it's such an easy money maker for them, you know? During downtime, you could just, like this year could have been a really year where they just hyped up all the older gens and just put them on the Switch as a stopgap between games and stuff coming out. Couldn't have a great rest of your day. Thanks for dropping by the stream as well. Sorry we couldn't get the Deoxys while you were here, but great having you nonetheless. Hope the rest of your day goes great, my friend, and hopefully catch you on another stream soon. Pretend passing 17k resets, just RNG manip it. No front. Respect the dedication. No, there's the RNG manip for it. I can't now though, because of the commitment that we've put into it. We've hard commit to this. But yeah. I was definitely naive when I came into this hunt thinking we'd get it under odds. Or even at odds would be like those sort of numbers would be fine. So yeah, full of regret now. But it'll be nice when we do get it. We didn't get it. Commit though, so I've got to stick at it. I'm of the opinion that we're going to get Pokemon on the eShop. Would have had it by now. I feel like unless they announce it as part of the Switch 2's launch, then the ship is sailed. Do you not think they're kind of keeping it for the Switch 2 though? As a maybe if there is a large portion of that first phase of the Switch when it comes out and there's no new Pokemon game dedicated for the Nintendo Switch 2, that is something they could put on the Switch 2 as a thing that's available on that console only, which gives it a selling point for Pokemon fans while they await that Pokemon title coming out. You know what I mean? Maybe. I just feel like it's a weird thing for them not to. They've got the facilities to have those games on the eShop, and it just feels weird because of how big titles they are. They're like, I'd say like what? Must be some of the best selling titles on all of those older systems. Game Boy Advanced, and then not bringing those games to the Switch. It just seems strange to me. But yeah, maybe you're right, Riley. To keep an eye on January transfer window. I do, mate. I do. I'm not hopeful though that Newcastle are going to sign anyone. Although Miggy Almiron has left Newcastle today. It's all went through officially. He's moved back to Atlanta. So Miggy is no longer a Newcastle player. Just sad. Miggy always gave 110% as a player, and he had that great season the year that we qualified for the Champions League, and even the year that we played like last season, he had a really good purple patch. So yeah, Miggy Almiron. So I don't know whether or not we will reinvest that money or we'll keep that in the pot and then take advantage of other clubs' positions with the PSR deadline at the end of June and maybe sign players that clubs need to offload. I have no idea. I think it's a risk though. We need to sign players. Huge opportunity for them to make money if they release the old. That's what I always think. I think like if they release those older games, they're gonna just make bank on them, and there's not really anything they would need to do other than facilitate the eShop with them, right? 100%. I also think due to the gap, yeah, 2024, that would have been the perfect time to drop them. Yeah, I can't disagree with you. But there was Osirus Discord. There is. It should be linked in the description, Dean. If it's not, let me know. You can get Rashford from us for free. Oh, there's a part of me that would take him, you know. I do think Rashford's a really good player, but there's something going on there that I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want him to come in and like disrupt the team as well. And also his wage demands will be way too much for us. We couldn't afford him because he's on He's on, I want to say over like 250, right? But I could be way off the mark. But I think even if he was on 200 grand a week, we wouldn't be able to afford that. Have to go somewhere else. Young Late, how are we doing today? I hope you're all well, my friend. We're having a great Monday as well. Thanks for opening and joining the stream today with us. It has been some time. How's it going? It's going all right. I still can't believe we haven't got this Deoxys yet, but we are plugging away. Getting closer to the shiny with every reset. So it's going to happen sooner or later. I keep saying that. Yesterday in Pogo, I got a Dreepy. Nice. Awesome. 350k a week. Yeah, there's no way. That's like a good portion of our whole squad's wages. Weekly. Rashford is like on a... So, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. You need to get him off the books, really. Like, imagine what you could get in. I think Isaac and Bruno are our highest paid players. And I think they're not on much more than 160, 170k a week. And that's a lot for us. So, there's like no way. That's when you like hear about like, oh, Newcastle could buy this player. And it's like, nah, we couldn't, because we couldn't afford the wages of them. That's like why Maddison went to Spurs, really. Because I think Maddison wanted to come to us, but we couldn't compete with this, the wage demands that Spurs were like going to offer. Because I think Maddison's on over 200k a week. So we're just not there. I'm disappointed I didn't get to play in the regional this weekend, as I'm going to San Antonio tomorrow, but couldn't go for the regional. Oh, Caleb, that's sad, mate. That would have been so good as well. It looked like such a fun regional. It's definitely on my bucket list. I'd love to go to the US and play a US regional, like, at some point. I think they look so good. Like, I don't know which one, like, I'd go to. Like, Florida would probably be an easy one for me to get to, because it's like East Coast. New Jersey as well, if they do one there, that'd probably be easy. So, like, flight time wise, they'd probably be the easy ones for me to go to. I don't know. One year I will. Orlando's the best. I think, yeah, Orlando would be a lot of fun. It'd be nice. It's a nice, easy flight as well. It's not too bad. NAIC though would be the one. That'll be a lot of fun. Zay, first time tuning into your stream, just watched your 300-hour video. It was great. I'm shiny hunting Mew in Emerald right now. Wish me luck. Oh, mate, I really hope you get it soon. Are you counting resets for the Mew? It's an amazing hunt to do. I really hope you get lucky with it. But thank you so much for the kind words. I hope you enjoyed the video. Really appreciate the support, and great to have you in the stream as well. But keep us up to date with that Mew hunt. It's one of my favorites. Faroe Island music as well is just probably one of the best tracks, on my favorite tracks, I think, in all Pokemon soundtrack that we've got. It's just a banger tune. On the link, sorry, it's not linked to the main channel, just the bio for the live. Oh, that's annoying. I'll have to update that, Dean, but thanks for pointing that out, mate. There, I'm at 3,656, and yes, enjoyed the video. Mate, you're getting close to that halfway mark with the shiny odds. I feel like it's going to come soon. I feel like you're going to get it, the Mew, very soon. Yeah, an amazing moment when it pops up. David, debating a trip to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. It's going to cost a ton of money, though. Super Bowl, though. New Orleans. That'd be wild, mate. It'd be so good. Yeah, and it'll be like an absolute ton. I can imagine. Worth it though. I'd love to go to New Orleans for NAIC. It would be a dream. I think it would be such a cool event to play in. Jazzy Girl. So it is a month. Yeah, I thought it was the 27th or 28th. So Serby Joe's put a tweet out saying that it is a month today until Pokemon Day. 4 weeks. We did say at the top of the stream it was about a month away, so we're like bang on a month today. That's crazy. In a month's time we're gonna get, we are like no questions asked, we are going to get ZA info, that is so exciting when you think about it. Like, we can all guess, speculate, and like listen to the rumors about stuff getting dropped here, there, and everywhere. But we know for a fact, Pokemon Day, like, we know we can bank on it. We're going to get ZA news, an update, at least some sort of update. So that is very exciting. A month. That is not long. That'll fly by. In between then, we got like EUIC as well, which will help pass the time. We need to, like, that's our deadline though for the Deoxys. That is our deadline. We need to get Deoxys before then. Because if we don't, then that is going to take us over a year of hunting this Pokemon, which is just nuts. So done with the Super Bowl. I was rooting for the team that lost the championship last night. I don't want to see Kansas City Chiefs play in another Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls have they played in? Love that Caleb's like, nah, done with it. Tapping out. When do you think Zia release date will be? I'm hoping around summer. I hope early. My ideal date for it coming out would be like May, June time. But I don't know. I don't know. Are they going to do a normal release schedule and say like November? It just feels too far away. But could it be like November 25? Because we've just had no information on it for a year. So they're like, this would be their normal lead time. Announce it on Pokemon Day to drop in November for that Christmas release, like that holiday period release, right? I don't know. And if they do November, have they got like a black and white remake in the works? It's going to come out before ZA comes out, like they did with BDSP and then Legends Arceus. Are they going to do a similar sort of rollout like that? That could make sense. And then we get like the black and white remake in like the summer, in like August. And then in November we get ZA. Maybe, who knows? I hope it's like June, May, June time. That would be ideal. I mean, really, it would be great if they did Pokemon Day and they were like, eShop, it's available to buy in the eShop now. You can get it now. It's never going to happen, but that would be a dream. How wild would that be? What's your thoughts about the Switch 2? My concern is the way the Joy-Cons connect. I feel like it will snap in no time. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like worry about that because of it doesn't look very thick, the incision where it goes in from the Joy-Con to the Switch, and it looks like that could. I'm hoping not, because I hope like that. Isn't it supposedly like electromagnetic connection, so it should be pretty solid. And you've got a release trigger on the Joy-Cons, so you can't move them or take them off without using that release trigger. But without the rails, like the rails on the Switch now feel very secure. Like your Joy-Cons aren't going to come off. I mean, your Switch is going to be heavily damaged if the Joy-Cons snap off your Switch now because they feel so secure. So I'd hope that hope it's not a thing that comes to like reality. But I do like the look of it. I think it's like a sleek, upgraded design. It's hopefully going to be like really powerful compared to what we used to. So yeah, just all around a nice update. And it's got some interesting features as well, with the kind of how you can use the Joy-Cons as a mouse as well. That's kind of cool. Zaya just finished my Smeagol hunt in Emerald, which was 14,846 resets. I recorded 14,800 and I got in the 46 encounters. Did off recording. Oh, that is so annoying. Like, that's so typical and so annoying. Oh, I'm like frustrated for you. I'm so sorry. And it's not like with the Switch where you've got like the record button just to capture footage if you get it as well. That's so frustrating, mate. Caleb, Chiefs have been in contention, if not winning the Super Bowl for the last 7 years. And they're about to go and win the third in a row. I'm ready to see any other team be good. That is annoying. That's like, yeah, like Man City in the league. Hopefully this will be the last year, mate. You never know as well. Whoever they're playing might win, or is it just not gonna happen? November 2025 for Gen 10, please. That would be wild if we got it. Jazzy Girl. Osirus, I removed you from my friend list on TCG Pocket because I was trying to get God packs from people, but since trading is coming out, can I please add you again? Of course, yes. What's my friend card? If you remove me, would that mean you would be removed from my friend list? I don't know if it would. Or is that, I don't know how it works, but yeah. It's my iPad tablet accounts. Yeah, of course. I need to go through my friend list. It's like maxed out at the minute. I wish you could add more friends, because 99 just doesn't seem enough. Like, seems too little. I think Nintendo rarely messes up with the hardware. Only thing I can think of is a Joy-Con drift. Even that isn't a big problem for me. I've never had the problem because I take care of my things. Yeah, I had on my original Switch, I definitely had Joy-Con drift on one of the Joy-Cons, but otherwise I've never really had any issues, thankfully, which has been, yeah, good. So fingers crossed this time around, everything should be good. So there shouldn't be enough force on the Joy-Cons because of the connectors to break. That's what I keep thinking. I'm like, yeah, they should be all right. That's exactly why I only hunt Zangoose at home on my GB player setup. Yeah, it's a good idea, Riley. I missed the record. Yeah, now missing that recording now would be brutal. Out of curiosity, who's your lead for catching the yellow boy? Let's find out. I think Starmie in the leaf green, because I've got Master Ball, so I'm really like, I've got Master Ball in both games. I don't want to take any risks when I'm doing this hunt, so I made sure to keep the Master Ball for both of these hunts. So we've got, I think, Starmie in one, and then what's the one? Yeah, Alakazam. Okay, so we should be all right against both of them whenever we come up against them. But I am planning. I think I'll throw Premier Balls to start with, but we've always got the Master Ball as the backup plan. It's a very lazy backup plan, but I think the ball just reverts to a Pokeball because it's Gen 3 when we trade it up. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters what ball we catch it in. Have you seen some of the hacked switches with the Joy-Con attachments that go on the top and bottom to play DS? Super cool, and I want it to be official so bad. No, I haven't seen them. That sounds amazing though. That's what I was kind of hoping for, because we don't really know much information about that USB port on the top of the Switch 2. It'd be awesome if that is. I know it's speculated already. A bunch of people have said it, so I'm not saying anything new, but people are speculating that that is going to be like a screen attachment that you can put there, and then you, for the DS Virtual Console and 3DS Virtual Console that are coming to the Switch 2, so you can play 3DS and DS games on it. That would be cool. I'd love to see that be a thing. Can you quickly make 2 spaces now so I can add you, because I can try to add you. Let me see while I'm juggling this. Need to boot it up. Do you have my friend code already, Jazzy Girl? You have it? Let me know if not. I can open a booster pack. I'm not opening booster packs just yet though. Let's see if I can make some space. Pull in it now, you'll get a double shiny almost simultaneously. Gimroth, how are we doing, my friend? I would love not. Could you imagine? That would be the wildest thing. And Brian, good morning, mate. I hope you are well. Also, oh my god, that'd be amazing. Maybe Pokemon could release Pokemon Ranger. Absolutely love that. That would be wild. That'd be so good, wouldn't it? Right, let's see. Friends. How do you remove on this? I don't know how I... Okay, what I'm going to do, because this juggling this, and we'll be probably finishing up the stream pretty soon. I'll do it, Jazzy Girl, I'll do it and drop it in the Discord once I'm finished. And then I'm not juggling everything all at the same time. Zyro, I thought the USB on the top was to allow for a different charger port because the port on the bottom is so awkward. Ah, that's that. Yeah, that might be why. Yeah, that probably makes more sense than my dream of it being a DS extension. Also resist the reflex to restart the game. I know, mate. I keep doing that. I keep trying to let both Deoxys come in and be 100%, 1000% sure that they're both orange before I reset. Oh, could you imagine resetting over them at this stage as well? I don't trust my ability to spot maybe a little bit of a different tone and the shadow Deoxys just coming into the screen. I've seen some people when they've been shiny hunting Deoxys, they will just look at the shadow and just reset straight away. So they get way quicker reset times than what we're doing, but I'd rather just make sure. A Serra Ledge in a beast ball. Oh, nice. I reset it until I got it in that ball. It took about 10 minutes, so I think I was lucky to get it so fast. That is nice. Great effort as well, because yeah, getting some Pokemon in beast balls, shinies in beast balls, so difficult, and there are not an easy ball to come by. Switch 2 looks cool, but until there is an exclusive Pokemon Gum in the Switch 2, I'll probably just wait to get one. The OG Switch is still really good, actually. Yeah, it's still very good, mate. It's still stood up really good. It's not a bad play either. Can I get your friend code on Twitter? Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, the friend code's on Twitter. Okay, Jazzy Girl, I will, as soon as the stream stops, I will give me like 10 minutes and I'll go in and I'll make some space. So you've got my friend code on Twitter. That's good. Cool. Pin 3 stays in the ball. You caught it in my Deoxys is still in the Premier Ball. Ah, so it stays. So we need to get it in a Premier Ball, really. Is it Gen 2 that reverts to a Pokeball? So it doesn't matter what ball you get it in Gen 2. Because yeah, you've got the Apricot balls in Gen 2. So I think that's what I'm confusing with. Shiny Rayquaza, the last Terra raid, has no more 7-star raids now. I don't know. We haven't had one. We haven't had a 7-star Terra raid since Torterra, and that was like the last weekend in November. So that was the last one, because Rayquaza was a 5-star raid. So I think we'll get a 7-star raid for Pokemon Day, but it's the best guess, you know. The other thing, if we don't get any more new 7-star raids, I guess what they'll do is just have a run back of all the previous 7-star raids. Jared, how are you doing, mate? So what can we talk about? We've talked about loads of stuff today. Pokemon Day, potentially getting some news this week. Potentially, I don't know. 75 likes, 125 people. Come on, chat, let's go to 100 likes on the stream. If you can drop a like, chat, that would be amazing. It does help out the stream a bunch, and lets me know that you're enjoying this sort of content as well. But thank you to everyone that has left a like so far today. And Professor Oak, thank you for the reminder as well, my friend. Maybe 7-star Paldea starters coming. That would be a dream, Jarrett. I think because we've had like the starter set, but we've never had the ones from this region. It's like they're the obvious ones. 7-star Mewtwo could make a return. Giratina would be good. We mentioned Giratina earlier on. I would love to see 7-star Giratina. 7-star Arceus as well. And the idea that was suggested was 7-star Arceus, and every 25% of its health that it loses, it changes its typing to make it that much more difficult. That would be wild. And then with like, they could do it if they're doing it with an announcement as well of the year. Could do Arceus as like a nod to the last Legends game, you know. I would say Zygarde, but Zygarde's just not on the game, so we're not going to see Zygarde in Scarlet and Violet. I need Rage and Bolt and Gouge and Fire Raids. Yes, you and everyone else in the competitive community would love. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. You know, they might do Walk and Wake in Iron Leaves again for like the 5th time. So those who haven't got them do get the chance. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. Because I guess there's people buying the game all the time that never had a chance to get those to complete their decks. I could see them ending Scarlet and Violet with those raids being just permanently available. like they did with the Gigantamax Pokemon at the end of Sword and Shield. Mr. Holbrookie, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you live. Let today be the day, trust. Hope everything is okay with you, Lee. And hi, chat. How are you doing, mate? Great to see you. As always, my friend, I'm doing all right, man. Still on the grind for this. Deoxys not showing up anytime soon, but it's been a good stream today, mate. It has. Imagine getting 7-star shiny Koraidon and Miraidon and Violet and Scarlet respectively for Pokemon Day. I think like out of everything, that is the one raid that everyone's secretly hoping for that we get dropped. I would love to see that. That would just be such a banger event. It would, I don't know if you could really top that, because people would just go so hyped for it, and it would make sure that so many people would come back to the games that have just been like, I'm done with this game. They would be back in for that event. Imagine getting, yeah, I wasn't able to take part in the Pokemon exclusives event. And that's what I mean, like a lot of the events, they could just recycle, run them back one more time, so those that missed them the first time around could get them. Should just do all 6. I wouldn't complain, Brian, for sure. It's crazy to think how much more post-game life Scarlet and Violet would have if the legendary weren't shiny locked. I know. I always think that. Always think. The replayability of Scarlet and Violet, like, definitely took a massive hit by them making that decision. But it did boost sales of Sword and Shield DLC pack and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for sure. Crazy, yeah. Crazy Lemon, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. But in Legends Arceus, one of the best games to do shiny hunting in. Good luck with any of the hunts that you're doing there. They're just cozy games, aren't they? I love Legends Arceus. Swarm Scyther to get them. The most aggro. Just behind Paris of Pokemon. Good luck with them though. Shiny stars in chat to increase the luck. Gimroth. If we get enough of them, it might just sway the Deoxys to appear. Imagine they just simply remove all the normal raids and release all the paradox and box art raids in a short period of time with chances to be shiny. Every raid is a paradox or better. That would be wild, Mr. Holbrookie. I'd love to see that. Nosehorse, thank you for the shiny sparkles, for that good luck. Hopefully it comes through. Does anyone know the deal with Square Shiny? Why aren't they programmed to PNSV? Yet Scarlet and Violet Shiny Sword and Shield can be Square. Yeah, I don't know why they took away the Square Shinies, because it seems like such a weird decision from having them have such a big part in Sword and Shield and then just to disappear. It's a bit like Pokerus as well. That's just like gone. There's always a part of me that thinks, did they take away Pokerus because of like COVID and like the impact that had on the world? And they were like, we don't want to have anything associated with like viruses in our game, to be like more PC, although it's always been a thing in Pokemon. I don't think anyone would think anything bad about it, but I guess it could lead to like someone picking up on it, being given bad press, maybe. Pokerus, we need to come back though. I hope it does. Gen 10, but we'll see. Before I turn to Pokemon with BDSP and Sword, the last game I played was Sapphire. What exactly does Pokerus do? It doubles the amount of EVs you can get from a wild Pokemon battle, so it makes EV training a lot easier, like half the time, and it is just super rare. Is Pokerus gone in Sword and Shield 2 though? Was it in Sword and Shield? I don't think, was it in Sword and Shield? I think it was, wasn't it? I want to say it was in Sword and Shield. Like, I'm really like double second guessing myself now. But I feel like you can see the Pokerus icon in Sword and Shield, but I don't know. It might have already been gone. Scarlet and Violet is easy to EV train, so Pokerus doesn't really matter too much. That's true. They did make it a lot easier. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, Deoxys. Just one. One time. No. 17,300 and 3,000. We're not halfway yet on the fire red, so we're getting close to it, but not quite there. I'm in Pocket TCG match and we're just in a stalemate. Drudigon versus Drudigon situation, just adding energy to every bench Pokemon. How's the deadlock going to be broke, mate? That's brutal. I hope it's not for one of the ribbons. Like your 5th match in a row. I've learned so many things about old Pokemon games lately. That would have been great to know when I had them. Oh, I know, mate. There's always that thing where it's like, I wish I'd known this back in the day. So the only reason they got rid of Pokerus was because of how easy it was to EV train. Yeah, I always thought that, to be honest. That might be just a simple case that why they did it. It is in Sword and Shield, so I'm not going crazy. I did think I remember the symbols. The nice thing about this Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Shiny Only Nuzlocke that we're doing is we have Pokerus in the game as well, which is like super rare to get. So we got it when we were hunting for the Heracross, which is going to make EV training our team like so easy. But before we can get to that, we need to get this Deoxys. I'm so glad I got Pokerus in Gen 3. It's made my training teams in Emerald, Frontier a breeze. Yeah, mate. It makes such a big difference in those older games. I remember getting it in Diamond and Pearl just to train, like being able to EV train for like competitive tournaments. Such a game changer. But yeah, when you think about it, like how easy it is to EV train in Scarlet and Violet now, it probably isn't something that's needed. It's just a nice, I like it, one of those old features that's kind of like, why did they remove it? It's just like a mainstay. Only having to knock out 38 Pokemon to max stats is perfect. Yeah, it's not terrible, is it? I thought they got rid of Pokerus because the idea of spreading around a disease to your Pokemon didn't fly too well during the patch. That's what I thought it was because of, John. As I'd like, but who knows? Okay. What are we going to take this to? Because we'll be finishing up in a moment, friends, unfortunately. And then we'll be back Wednesday to continue this. But if there is anything dropping tomorrow, remember what I said earlier about potentially that stuff about Pokemon Home. Once the maintenance is back, we might get something quest updated. But again, take it with a grain of salt. There might be nothing to this. But if there is, of course, we'll be back and we'll probably cover it, stream it tomorrow if there is any updates, of course, in the meantime. But if not, we'll be back on Wednesday, same time as usual, and hopefully we'll be able to run for a bit longer on Wednesday than we have done today as well. But it's been awesome today. Been a very fun stream. I'm just sad that we're still here with the Deoxys, and the thousands and thousands that we've seen so far are still not yellow. But maybe Wednesday will be a better day. But it'd be awesome to drop in tomorrow if we have got some stuff and do an update from there with maybe some news, which would be amazing considering that we are exactly 1 month away from Pokemon Day today. Finally got the gold symbol, Horn cheating Battle Factory, and I'm done because of EV training for the other battle facilities is a pain. But yeah, that's awesome that you've got that gold symbol though, Andy. That is amazing, mate. That's such an accomplishment from that facility as well. What will happen if we transfer to Scarlet and Violet? The Deoxys, it will just look amazing. And you can change all its forms because you get the item to change all its forms. Professor Oak, thank you as well, my friend. Argentina Kid, which content do you hope Gen 10 in? Continent Gen 10. Oh, I don't know. It's hard, right? I think there's so many that would be good. I think Africa would be a really good continent. It's so diverse, right? So big. South America as well. Could be based in South American continent. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe the origin of Mew Will you be swapping to hot gold or silver, sticking with the Deoxys until it shines? I think, Riley, I'm gonna make the decision to just stick to the Deoxys until it shines. Mondays and Wednesdays are plan going forward. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at the minute, Rich, and maybe Thursdays if we can squeeze them in. Tuesday's a bit of a tricky day though to stream on. So at the moment, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays for sure. Thursdays as a potential. But if there's anything crazy, I'll have to drop everything tomorrow, and we'll be covering that. And we'll, if it's really exciting stuff, then we'll stream as well. So keep an eye out on what's happening. But the channel will update as soon as possible if anything does drop. But right, let's say this is the last one and leave it on some weird numbers today. Okay, but thank you so much for coming by the stream today, friends. It's been an awesome stream. You've been amazing today, keeping me going through this hunt for the Deoxys. Could this last one be the one? It is not. It is not. But nevertheless, we'll be back Wednesday. Like I said, thank you so much for coming by the stream today, friends. It's been absolutely awesome. You take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your day. Is Pokemon Bank still available? Titler, it is still available. Yeah, and we'll be back Wednesday for sure with the Deoxys hunt. And if you're doing your own shiny hunts in the meantime, good luck with them. Take care of yourselves, friends. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all very soon. But thanks for coming by the stream, and see you all next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.